Morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in to this Thursday, October 2nd edition of the Random Thoughts Indoors News Reaction. We have a lot to talk about today. We have a lot to discuss. Government shutdown in the United States. And maybe we'll even do a little bit of Canadian news as well. So just stay tuned and we'll see what breaking news is happening today. So if you just bear with me one moment, I am going to look up basically the breaking news for this morning. Live update here. Government shutdown live update. What is going on here? Breaking: huge attack at Manchester synagogue. Multiple stabbed. Let's check in with
super
this.
chat saying maybe a digital ID would have stopped this. Pardon my
Digital
sarcasm at
IDs.
this
You
time.
guys hear
I'm
about this whole
infuriated with you
digital
all and heartbroken.
ID thing? They're trying to bring the digital ID here to Canada as well. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it'd be convenient in a way, right? It would be convenient in a way, but bear with me one moment, folks. We're just getting everything set up this morning here. We're just getting everything set up. Chair Bear, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome to the stream, welcome to the stream. I'm just getting my studio set up here. Chair Bear, welcome, 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 welcome. You guys have another news reaction by Random Thoughts. Now we're going to listen in here. First thing this morning we're going to talk about is this breaking news. Huge attack at Manchester synagogue. Multiple stabbed. Suspect was taken out by police, it says here. So let's listen in and see what they have to say right now.
Yeah. You don't need to apologize because this is the reality. They're going to come up with even more measures as an excuse to use this.
So what happened
to not
exactly?
Actually address the crisis that we have, to just affect everybody else. All right, so I think the other party leaders have also responded. Kemi Badenoch says this was a vile and disgusting attack on a synagogue in Manchester on Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the Jewish year. Families gathered in prayer were targets for violence. My heart goes out to all those hurt and affected. I know many in our Jewish community will feel shaken. They deserve to know that they are not alone. David says, horrified and appalled by the attack outside Heaton Park Hebrew Congregation Synagogue on Yom Kippur. Same thing. Okay, they all just repeat the same thing.
That's
now,
terrible.
As we said, the major incident has been declared.
Major incident. I wonder what happened. Guys.
Okay. Hopefully we're not going to get any more.
Let's see what it said here.
Stopping the attackers so swiftly. That's true.
What's it say here? Sickening news about the attack at the synagogue in Manchester. I'm praying that those who have been injured can make a full recovery. The police appear to have done an incredible job in stopping the attacker so swiftly. This will be a terrible, painful moment for the Jewish community, even more so because it is holiest day in Jewish calendar. Oh, because it is the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. They must know the whole country stands with them. Okay. That's awful, you guys. Prayers go out to anybody that was involved. The synagogue shooting, I don't even know. I don't even know. Don't understand. It's awful. What's this? Spanish students take part in national strike to protest against, what is it saying? To protest against Israel's genocidal war on Gaza. Look at this. Must be in Spain? Is it? Spanish students, it says.
Vale, compañeras, una cosa. Estamos entrando ahora en sol. Es importante que la pancarta esté despejada. Cuidado con las bolas estas que hay en el suelo, que nadie se haga daño. Pero que todo el mundo pase detrás de la pancarta. Y vamos a gritar: ¡Ayuso Almeida! ¡Tiros a la mierda! 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 ¡Ayuso Almeida!
Guys, make sure you get your bevy, get your coffee, get your tea, whatever starts your morning off. Grab it and leave the Random Thoughts Indoor Studio playing in the background. You can hear all the news,
¡Luego
live,
diréis
breaking
que
news here
somos
on Random Thoughts Indoor.
5-6! ¡Luego diréis que somos 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 5-6!
They're really protesting there big time. Look at all the people there. It goes way, way, way down the road.
¡Luego diréis que somos 5-6! ¡No nos mires! ¡Únete! ¡No nos mires! ¡Únete! ¡No nos
There's one more
mires!
thing I also want to cover too,
¡No
by
nos
the way.
mires!
Right quick, just bear with me one moment. Rebel News covered it. Look, alleged immigration fraud at Picton Tim Hortons. This was 2 days ago, and this was covered by Rebel News. Rebel News did a really great job covering this, and I just want you guys to know exactly what's going on here, and I want you guys to hear this and drop it in the comments below. Let me know what you think. This was covered by Rebel News again.
Sent her a message over Snapchat asking her if she had a boyfriend, which she had replied no. She asked if she wanted an Indian boyfriend, and my niece's reply was, well, how old is he? And she said 25, and she said, well, I'm only 17.
I heard I could make $20,000 if I wanted to marry the manager's brother here. Can I start that process? You have no comments on it? So is it true or not?
Just because your boss doesn't like the fact that an independent journalist is in here video reporting, that's not up to him. She has the right to do that. I'm not going to, no.
For Rebel News, I'm Tamara Ugolini here in Picton, Ontario, just south of Belleville. And as you can see behind me, we're at the local Tim Hortons, which has been more aptly named Sing Hortons in recent months because franchise owners have really been taking advantage of the temporary foreign...
Doggy, check this out, Doggy. Look, people questioning how so many Ontario companies claim they can't find local hires, right? This is about a Tim Hortons here. This is where we get all our coffee, Tim Hortons. Well, not all of us, but I mean, even me this morning, look, I got a Tim Hortons coffee. But just follow along this story here for a second.
Worker program, and specifically LMIAs, labor market impact assessments, which allow for the employer to on that. And so I'm joined here with Matt Monroe, whose niece, 17-year-old girl, was offered a staggering deal to partake in some immigration fraud, and he's going to sound the alarm on all of this. So can you tell us a little bit about your niece's employment here at Tim Hortons and where it all went wrong?
Of the young girl that
So
was,
she's been working here. She wasn't working here very long, maybe a few months, and everything seemed to be going all right. And then she sent me a message with a bunch of screenshots that her manager...
Is that better, brother?
I guess I shouldn't say the name. Her manager had sent her a message over Snapchat asking her if she had a boyfriend, which she had replied no. She asked if she wanted an Indian boyfriend, and my niece's reply was, well, how old is he? And she said 25, and she said, well, I'm only 17. Like, no. And she replied with, well, if you want an Indian boyfriend, he can pay you $15,000 to $20,000.
Look at that, 15 to 20K.
Which she replied, like, no, this is.
So a quick breakdown of what's going on here. I guess the manager of a Tim Hortons in Ontario, a female manager, was trying to get her brother status in Canada so they didn't have to leave and go back to India. So she was offering people, it looks like, up to $20,000 to marry her brother, so that way he would have permanent status here in Canada. That way he wouldn't have to go back to India. Now, this is at a Tim Hortons chain in Ontario, right? It's a huge, big franchise here, big company here in Canada. Probably the largest coffee shop in Canada, to be honest. That's even me this morning. Now, I'm gonna, I don't know. This could really happen. I say this could happen anywhere, but it's happening here right now. So, what do you guys think? I think it's pretty crazy. Let's just listen in here.
Illegal.
Again, Rebel News covered this.
At that point, she was done talking
very good. I'm going to show you that
manager.
at the end of the
She
video
went to
here.
Her other manager then, and her other manager.
Look at this. She was talking to her other manager here. Look at this. She's like, she's not joking. She's been trying to find him a woman for a while so that he can stay in Canada. He is a really nice guy. And then the young woman here says, this is illegal. I could go to jail for doing this. So she acknowledges that it's illegal. She knows it's illegal. And she knows it's wrong, right? So then the other manager comes back and says, actually, it's not. You are over 16. With a guardian's consent, it is totally legal. And maybe you might like him, LOL. Buddy, I don't think you realize how many people do that and don't even know each other and don't go to jail. And then she comes back and says, I don't know what to do about that. I just feel really uncomfortable. And good for her for for standing her ground too on this one, right? And then the manager comes back and says, don't be uncomfortable. She's asked everyone. She doesn't want her brother to have to go back to India. And then the young woman comes back and says, I quit. This is illegal. So, and then there's some more here. And then she literally sends her a screenshot of how this is fraud in Canada from the Government of Canada website. And then the manager says, I know of 4 people in the country that have done it. And then the young woman comes back again and says, it's illegal. Manager comes back and says, yeah, that's only happens if you go to someone and tell them and they tell the cops. I literally know 4 people that have been married for 6 years that do not know the other person and have not got caught. I know 1 person that got caught, and that's because they told somebody and that person called the cops. That is the only way. There's more. Yeah, that only happens if you go to, yeah. Oh, and then she comes back and says, look, says, I'm quitting. I will not be a part of this. I have to keep a clean record. So good on her. Good on her for keeping a clean record. But it is awful that you would think a 17-year-old girl, now this girl was only 17, and this is most likely, this is probably her first job. So this is her first taste of working at a restaurant, we'll say, in Canada here. This is her first job. Now, this is something awful to have to go through, because I could imagine the manager and her were probably going through quite a bit of discussions and debates about this whole ridiculous situation. That's, I'm going to call it a ridiculous situation. Yeah, so I want to show you too, Rebel News here, the news reporter here. Now, this is the uncle of the victim. We're going to call, we'll say victim because she was, that's abuse in some way, what happened, right? So, anyway, you guys, so I want to show you guys here, oh my God, is there another, oh my, what's this message here? Oh, she came out. Yeah, look, it looks like she made a Facebook post. That's what it looks like here. And it says, so I worked in Picton Tim Hortons with Redract It, the only one trying to buy Redract It. And she would constantly harass me about anything she possibly could. I'm a grown adult and I absolutely can tell when I'm being made fun of, even if I can't understand the language. They'd always overcharge the customers. Oh, that's nice. So you're getting overcharged, by the way. So keep an eye on your Tim Hortons orders, guys. They'd always overcharge customers and tell us not to fix it. Between her off days when she was being friendly, she would in fact also ask me if I was single and if I would ever marry an Indian guy. I brushed it off because I thought we were just talking, but now I'm not too sure. So, my thoughts on this whole situation here. It's awful. It shouldn't have happened. I don't want to say too much about Tim Hortons and that, you know what I mean? I'm only a small channel, right? That good drink. I know. Oh, Sanel, welcome in, brother. Welcome in. Yeah, thanks for the like. Don't forget, guys, double tap that screen. Get the likes in. Hit the hearts on the side. Get the reactions in. Comment down below as well. I'm trying to just bring you guys breaking live news to the vertical live feed, to the shorts feed. Vertical shorts feed. I'm trying to bring you guys live news to that. And you guys know how they censor stuff on the internet. Now, I'm trying to bring you guys news that my goal is to bring you guys news that mainstream media doesn't want to cover, which is this right here to start off the morning about Tim Hortons. They kind of swept this under the rug, but because Rebel News covered this so well, and Rebel News is getting really big. This Rebel News, like they're almost at 2 million subscribers. So that's awesome, you guys. And they're independent journalists and they do an excellent job and they cover the stories that nobody else wants to cover. So, all right, let's get back to the story here. Oh, here's another person. Here's a comment on that post, which reads, they did the same thing to my little sisters, both of them. They are both of age, but it's still not right. She offered money and promised them all kinds of land in India if they agreed. Both my sisters obviously said no, and not only was it not taken seriously when it happened to them, but their responses, the responses of no came with lots of mistreatment by the managers mentioned above and the owner. So the managers and the owner were kind of just brushing it all off. Okay? Such a scary situation. As someone in the social services field and having lots of experience with survivors of abuse/human trafficking, it's scary to hear your own baby sisters have become targets. I'm so sorry to any of the staff in these 2 restaurants that have had to experience this, and I pray that something is finally done about it so it doesn't happen again. What a brave girl for coming forward and allowing her supports/family to reach out to the appropriate services for further assistance. It takes a lot of courage. And yes, it does take a lot of courage. Like I said before, hats off to this girl for coming forward. Think if this girl didn't come forward, how many more people would have to would have to suffer at the hands of this Tim Hortons here. I can just imagine the way they run the Tim Hortons inside too. It's probably terrible, guys. It's probably terrible. The staff is probably abused. It's terrible, guys. It's terrible. Now let's see. Let's get back to the story here. I want to show you guys. When the reporter went into the Tim Hortons. Now let's see here. Okay, we're getting there. Yeah, I want to go back just a little bit to the beginning of it. Now I'm going to play this clip here.
This Tim Hortons to see if I could maybe be offered $20,000 to marry the manager's brother. So have a look at how that went. I heard I could make $20,000 if I wanted to marry the manager's brother here. Can I start that process? You have no comments on it? So is it true or not? Pardon me?
No comments on that.
No comments. So you're saying it's potentially true then by not saying it's not true. No comment. Are you the manager?
No.
No?
She's the lady. She's the lady.
That's the one that's offering $20,000 to marry her brother? You're not sure? No? Okay. Thanks anyway.
The owner called, but he's not here.
Now look at this police officer. Look.
So he's claiming.
Watch how this police officer handles this situation, okay? Now just think of how they normally handle journalists and news reporters and such. And now watch this. Watch how this police officer handles this situation. Now, mind you, the police officers probably already know the situation that happened there with the young girl and the manager. So take that into account, and let's watch here.
That gentleman who was trespassed came into the store.
Not the gentleman, the lady.
What lady?
The one who's running the.
Yeah. And what's wrong with that?
So he said that no one, like she's trespassing in the private property.
How is she trespassing?
Like he was.
See, I don't want to sound off here or anything like that, but these companies, these big franchise, these big corporations would rather, and it's awful the way it is, but this is the honest to God truth here in Canada, they would rather hire the immigrants over the local people because there's a subsidy through the government, so then the business only has to pay like half the wage or something like that, right? So in a business perspective, in a money-making perspective, it would be better to hire, say, a new Canadian or a non-Canadian, as we say, instead of the local, because the local, they'll have to pay full wage, right? So that's just a little bit of a backstory or a background on that, guys. So let's listen in here again.
Like standing in the lobby.
She is an independent journalist. Mm-hmm. She was never trespassed from this property, and she has her 100% rights to be here. Just because your boss doesn't like the fact that an independent journalist is in here video recording, that's not up to him. She has the right to do that.
Now, good on this cop for saying that. Now, how often do you see online that if somebody's recording somewhere in a store, a restaurant, even out on the public, out on the street, even if they're recording out on the street, and somebody calls the police, usually, I mean, they know, they should know anyway, that you're allowed to record in a public spot. If you're in public, you're basically giving up, you're basically giving up your right to, like, not be on camera and be private and everything. You know what I mean? You're kind of giving up your privacy when you're out in public and out in the public eye. You're always on camera anyway, no matter where you go, whether it's a business camera, a traffic camera, a speed camera, something like that. You're always going to be on camera anyway, but people think you're not allowed to record out on the street and stuff. So kudos to this cop right here for actually, you know, spewing the right law and telling them, no, like, they're allowed to record in here. That's an independent journalist. They're allowed to come in here and ask questions. Like, it's a public place. It's a business. This is where we converse right here at the cash register. You go in, you do your thing, you have your chat. She would have left. All he would have had to do was answer a few simple questions. It really looks bad on the manager here that doesn't want to be interviewed by Rebel News. And shout out to Rebel News, by the way, for getting this excellent footage here.
I'm not going to, no. I'm not going to talk to him. You tell him that she has all the right to be here. I'm not going to entertain that. You tell that to Mohammed. I'm sorry if I'm being...
Yeah, hats off to this cop, right? Hats
relay
off.
that to Mohammed, that I'm not even entertaining that portion of it, of this lady being here. Doesn't matter. They have all the rights in the world to do it.
Matt, have you spoken to any politicians? Has anyone reached out to you after your post went, semi-viral? And what's your plan next now that you've gone to media about this?
I believe
Tim Hortons is evil. It's looking like it.
There was a reach out to Chris Mellette, I believe is his name there.
So he reached out to... Who is this guy? Chris Mellette, the Liberal politician he reached out to.
The local MP. I am planning on reaching out further. I really want something to be done here. And
oh, what's this say here? Media inquiries. Hello, Tamara. See the following media statement regarding your request about a former employee who was terminated by the restaurant owner at the Picton restaurant. The manager, maybe? Tim Hortons restaurants are owned and operated by franchisees who independently manage their own labor for the restaurants. The restaurant owner terminated the manager involved soon after he became aware of the completely unacceptable situation on his team. Okay, so they fired that manager. They fired said manager, it's saying here.
I need someone that's actually going to pay attention to this, and I'm thankful that you took this on.
What about the local police? Have you tried to report the illegal immigration
Like I said,
fraud
shout out to
happening at this
Rebel
location?
News for covering this.
Yeah, the police are involved. I called and I was trying to get some updates on that. It was a little bit of a time before I got an update, so that's again why I made this post, to make it aware. I really wanted to put pressure on the owner, Tim Hortons, to do an investigation, look at what's going on, but also for the OPP to kind of be like, hey, I'm not letting this go.
Could you imagine?
This needs to be dealt with.
Could you just imagine?
Well, there is, but I don't know like any of the details.
Right.
I can tell you I'm not involved with it. Another officer is, but that's as much as I could tell you.
So yes, I've been really putting pressure on the OPP.
Look what it says here. Tim Hortons owner bans people who know the truth. Boycott. Terminated my wife after 16 years, then banned me for nothing. Tim Hortons. Oh, wow.
There is an investigation, which I'm helping with as well.
Tim Hortons is getting worse, guys. And you know what? We're going to have to try to find ourselves a new spot to get coffee. Make it at home. Make your coffee at home, guys. Get yourself a Keurig.
Skyrocketed here. A lot of Canada is not safe anymore. And it's just every day on the news. There's carjackings, there's home invasions, there's robberies, there's fraud investigations,
This is just what I was talking about yesterday. I said every day when I get up and I check my phone, I check the news feed on my phone, there's crazy stuff going on. There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Like, look at this, for instance. All kinds of crazy stuff. Bobby, welcome in, Bobby. Welcome in. I make my tea at home. I buy their tea bags and make it home for work. Yeah, and I love chai tea myself, chai tea. And I find Tim Hortons as one of the best chai teas I've found so far. So, but I guess if you're buying it directly, like the tea bags, then, I mean, I still don't want to support this kind of stuff, though, and it's sad, right? My son's having the same problem. In Belleville, Bell Boulevard, he can't get a job at Timmy's because they're not hiring. I know. It's the same here. Even in Nova Scotia where I'm at here. Same thing, guys. Same thing. And I've even had government workers, I'm not going to say anything more than that, government workers tell me that it's my fault. It's my fault that I can't find a job. I'm not trying hard enough, apparently. But nowhere's hiring. And you guys know why. I don't even have to say it. But yet I seen 4 people get hired in the last month and a half, starting before the kids went back to school. Yeah. my kid can't get a job, and this is starting to get really ugly. I'm tired of it. I will not stand for it. No, and like I said, so myself personally, I was doing a construction gig for years, and I was having a bit of health problems, right? So my doctor said, hey, you're gonna have to switch things up a little bit here, probably for the better that you change careers, right? So that's what I was in the process of doing, and trying to find even a part-time job in between school, like while you're going to school, and guys, it's next to impossible. I just nowhere will hire me. There's nowhere will hire me. Honestly, even the lowest jobs you can think of, even the lowest, the totem pole jobs you can think of, you can't even get them anymore. You can't even get them. They're gone now. But hey, the government shut down. Haven't even noticed. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that as well, you guys. As well, we were just checking out. Rebel News covers lots of Canadian news as well, right? But you guys, we're going to, like I said, we're going to cover the government shutdown. We're going to see what they're saying. Let's see. I want one that's like alive, because we need to know. Anyway, we'll just click on this one right quick here. And like I said, we'll see what they're saying. So what's it say here? The New York Times Siena poll, September 22nd to 27th. The views on whether the Democrats should or should not shut down the government if their demands are not met. Well, they did shut down though, right?
He voted to shut down the government. Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota is a member of the Senate Democrat leadership. She said shutdowns are not good for the economy.
Well, I wouldn't
Yesterday,
imagine.
She voted.
Drop it in the comments below. Is this an old feed here?
Said, I've seen
the government helps them.
Again. He said shutdowns don't work.
Let's see here. The government helps them get jobs or just gives them free money, housing, and free health care. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think I'm not, unfortunately, that's what it seems to be, guys. Don't forget to double tap that screen, guys. We got 197 people in right now. We only got 7 likes. We got to get more likes up here, guys. If you want me to continue doing the news morning broadcast for you guys on the Vertical Live feed, double tap that screen, guys. It shows support to the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That shows a lot of support, too. I'm trying to get you guys independent news, independent journalism, and just give you guys my opinion, my reaction on all this news. It's a complete unbiased look at everything, guys, because I just want to share the information. I just want to share the information of what's happening around the world, if you know what I'm saying. So I want to share all sides of the story. And by doing so, by sharing all sides of the story, guys, you know what could happen. Right? So double tap that screen. We'll get the likes up. Subscribe to the channel. And just basically just support the channel. And the best way you guys can support the channel right now is by liking, subscribing, commenting, reacting to the video. That's all I'm going to say, guys. That's all I'm going to say there. Moved to Belleville 5 months ago, working for a fuel company, supposed to be getting 12 to 14 hours. I'm getting scooped by immigrants now, doing the sorter runs. Yeah, even in my construction gig, it was the same thing happening when I was on my way out of there, right? So, unfortunately, yeah, it's definitely a problem. I'm pretty sure we seen this here newscast that's on right here the other day. So let's live Fox now. I seem to get pretty good updates from here, guys, honestly. Let's see what they're saying here.
Hard-working American taxpayers.
Democrats speak on government shutdown.
To hurt.
Federal government shutdown. They're 1 day and 7 hours in.
In many cases, have served this country.
Oh, this was yesterday on Capitol Hill.
In uniform for decades. And the Trump administration and Mike Johnson
And Donald Trump could care less because cruelty is the point for them, and it's all about rewarding their billionaire.
Can you refer to
donors
us
in
as your
every
friends? Thank you, my
way
friends.
Possible. Democrats are holding firm because we're
65 verse
standing
27.
up for the health care of everyday Americans. We're going to do that today. We're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to do
Is
that
this
this
what
week.
everything
We're
is
gonna do that
about,
next
though?
week.
Is everything
We're gonna
over
do
the
that until
health
this
care?
issue is resolved.
Is that why they're
And we
shut down
address
because of the health care?
Republican healthcare crisis because it's crushing.
Giving the health care to illegal immigrants. That's what it is, right?
There were 3 Senate Democrats who voted last night and today for the Republican continuing resolution. Are you confident in Leader Schumer's ability to hold back his caucus from voting for this?
Yes. You got it.
Blah, 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 blah. Same old story from this guy. Get the mo. Yes, that's what it is. Okay. Everything that is going wrong is regardless of Donald Trump. Wake up, America.
House Democratic
Don't open back
With
up
the chair
until
of
they
caucus.
cave.
We've
There's
been
no
here all
one
week.
even
Republicans
working
are
until
missing in
next
action.
week.
Nowhere to be
Wow.
found.
Oh, the
On
government
vacation,
workers,
scattered
right?
across the
Yeah, the
country.
government workers, all the
And the
shutdown.
world
Oh,
spewing
my.
lies and articulating the
And you
Democratic
think, too,
position,
like, everyone
but they don't
thinks,
even
like,
have the
oh,
guts
well,
to
they're all just people like us, guys. They're all just people like us. Everybody that's working in government jobs are just people like us, too, that are put into bad situations and have to figure out how to get out of them, right? Or they're forced to do stuff that they don't want to do, right? I mean, we've all been in them situations, right?
Do you think this will go longer than the previous shutdown, though?
I think all of us, you know, we're here, certainly Catherine and I, we're here for the shutdown that took place in 2013. It was a 14-day government shutdown until Republicans finally came to their senses.
Vote them out. It takes 60 votes in the Senate to keep the government going.
For the cruelty they
But there's
were
only 53
inflicting on the American
Republicans,
people.
so they need.
They engaged in
Excuse me, guys.
unconditional surrender.
Excuse me.
Donald Trump presided over a
So they need 7
35-day
Democrats to
government
vote yes
shutdown.
to
All of
keep
us
the government open.
were
But
here
they're
at the
refusing.
time, just entering into
Government workers.
Democratic
What an oxymoron.
leadership.
Yeah. They will get paid when
And
it's
finally,
over with one big
Republicans
paycheck. Yeah,
realized
and they'll
the
get back
insanity of
time and
their
everything. They'll
position.
get retro.
And after 35 days, the government was reopened.
Nope, it's in the law. There's no health care for illegal
and engaged
migrants.
in
Hard
unconditional
stuff.
surrender.
The cases shut down.
At this
They're
particular
going
time,
to have to lay off
what we're
700,000
fighting
federal
for
employees. Oh my God, guys. Put into
is to
bad
protect the
situations because of
healthcare of
Donald
the
Trump.
American
Get rid of
people,
Donald Trump. Wake up, America.
which has
Wake
been
up.
under relentless
I mean, yeah,
assault.
that's, yeah.
These are facts and figures.
And again,
This
you
is
guys,
about
on this
real
channel here on the Random
Americans
Thoughts Indoors Studio,
who've already been
okay? We're all, it's freedom of speech, guys. Like I say, everybody's welcome in here, and everybody is welcome to their opinion, and it's complete unbiased, you guys, from me anyway. For me anyway, everything's unbiased. I mean, as a Canadian, right, I have literally no say in anything in my friend's country, right, as you say. Yeah, you guys, it's, I mean, to me, the way I live my life, people are people, and that's basically just it. I see everybody the same. I treat everybody the way I would like to be treated, right? So that's how I live my life, honest, and yeah, that's just the way we do it. So now, if everybody could live like that, though, you know,
act in good faith.
if
Not to
everybody
talk
could live
about
like
it,
that.
But to be about it. Which means canceling the cuts, lowering the costs, saving the health care of the American people. Let me let P. Aguilar.
So they're really trying to figure out this whole healthcare situation, right?
Are focused on this. They
Sorry, you guys, I gotta shut off my
efforts to protect
dehumidifier there. It'll
healthcare funding.
be too loud. You just won't hear me.
J.D. Vance continues to spew lies while Republicans
Sounds
are
like I gotta
scattered
clean my
across
fan
the
in it,
country.
too.
We're here, as the leader mentioned, we're here ready to negotiate, ready to discuss and debate, you know, how we get out of this shutdown. This is a Republican-led shutdown, all because they have an inability to deal with the healthcare crisis and the affordability crisis that Americans are going through. That's what this is about. And the American people are supportive of this, and it's a shame that they continue to use every
Don't you have
lever
enough
they
to work
can
on in
to
Canada?
extract
Yeah, there's lots to
pain.
work on in Canada. Lots, yeah.
To your question, Nicole, you know, infrastructure jobs being affected, thousands of people potentially laid off. I'm guessing a lot of those people might live in New Jersey too.
You just watched a Trump podcast. He was off the hook. Yeah, we're going to get into that as well, too, here.
Have a choice in 30 days.
Everybody's blaming Trump, but this isn't up to Trump. If they can't get 7 Democrats to vote yes to keep the government open, then the government shuts down, and Trump can't override that. That is the way
we'll have to make. And that working
I am Canadian too, and I agree with you. Thank you, right here. And everybody that's in, don't forget to double tap that screen, guys. We got to get them likes up. Subscribe to the channel as well, so we can keep this journalism going. Independent journalism, guys. It's gonna stay. It's gonna stay independent journalism on this channel, and I'm gonna be trying to bring you guys live breaking news to the vertical live feed, to the shorts feed, the vertical shorts feed, wherever you guys find your vertical lives. And I just want to bring you guys all the breaking news that I possibly can, complete unbiased too, guys. So
in our conversation with President Trump on Monday, that we want to reach an agreement in good faith to make sure that the government is funded, and that we do it in a way that lifts up the quality of life of the American people. But we also have to make sure that if we reach an agreement that has bipartisan support in the House and in the Senate, is signed into law by President Trump, that the administration can't then come behind that agreement and in a partisan
American, Canadian, don't matter where you're from.
Funding.
At the end of the day, we're all just people, right? And we're all just trying to do the same thing. We're all just trying to enjoy our life and support each other. That's what we're trying to do, guys. And that's what we can do, support each other. Spread the love, not the hate, right?
Keep the government open for 30 days. That resolution can be passed right now.
These people are...
Republicans...
Nothing they've done has been on behalf of American people. They don't seem to be...
Democratic spending bill...
Thank you, guys. We got 17 likes, 174 people watching here, guys. Don't forget, double tap, double tap, double tap. It helps get us out to more people, and it helps. It helps with the channel, guys. Helps the channel. Sorry, I'm just listening in here. Let's listen in here for a sec.
We are not thinking about its impact on the midterm elections.
How much of this is about showing not just your voters, but the public, that you guys are willing to stand up to President Trump, the administration, and the sort of abnormalities?
Okay, so we know what's going on here. We know what's going on here. Let's go back. Let's go back and see if we can't get, let's see what's happening here. Did you guys see this? Did you guys see this? Look at this.
Here we have rioters assaulting the Portland ICE facility.
Look at this.
And here come the troops. Oh, they got that guy.
Did you guys see this?
They're taking him in. Oh, that wasn't part of your plans now.
The mob assaults the ICE headquarters. They're saying...
Get arrested.
They're saying it's Antifa. They're saying it's Antifa. And, I mean, it very well could be.
They have the energy to attack federal troops. That doesn't make any sense. Look at all the rioters, though. It's like a nonstop mob here. And look at this. It never takes a break. Night and day, you've got the radicals out here. Look at them. They will not move. They are altercating with these federal agents. Look at them. Look at them getting right in their faces. This is terrible. Well, that guy's not getting anybody's face for at least...
Yeah, I mean, protest all you want, but it shouldn't get violent. But didn't Trump send in, he gave authority to the National Guard if the police department doesn't step in there, right? Isn't that what happened there?
You're going to call our troops traitors? I don't think so. How do these people have the ability to come out here every day? They've been out here for 3 months in a row now. I don't get it. They must all be on government benefits or something. Collecting unemployment, not working. They are not afraid of anything. It's terrible. But now they might have a problem with their own local police, who've finally gotten the courage to make... They're talking about bad things happening to the president. And listen to them.
Yes, the gangs have taken over. They push violence.
Okay, so the protesters, they're acting like there's no riot here. They're acting like there's no problem here.
They
But is
haven't been
that
able to
true?
get started yet in most cities. Look at this.
Look, every protest starts out as peaceful.
Oh my.
This ain't peaceful. Look at this character. This is wild.
Look how they're dressed too, some of them, right? Like, what is
In a
even going
position to
on here,
block the
guys?
street and refusing to move, that makes you an aggressor because you're being given a lawful command and you're not getting out of the way, and that's why these people need to be cleared and arrested. A lot of people here filming. This is where all the action is. Oh, something gonna happen. No.
Yeah, and they're shooting the pepper rounds at them too.
Rearranging the battalion. But here's why these
But
protesters think
again, they're
peaceful.
coming in there and they're being really violent.
Contrary to President
Well, here's
Trump's
the
latest
governor.
social media post, Portland is not
Really?
war ravaged. There's no insurrection. There's no threat to national security, and there's no need for military troops.
Really?
Military service members should be dedicated to real
Morning, Andy.
emergencies.
Morning, Andy.
And that's exactly what I said to the president when I asked him to stand down from sending federal troops into our state.
She's the governor of Oregon. Has she been to Portland?
She is
She
the
ever been
governor
there?
of Oregon.
She ever turn on the news? She ever watch the TV? Or are these rioting
This is
Antifa
crazy,
members?
guys.
And dozens of shops and restaurants here
How about
in
the
the central
library?
city.
Go to the library,
have
which has
challenges.
security guards.
Crazy, isn't it, guys? Look at this. Yeah,
You
look
can
at this.
walk where the signs of decay are everywhere.
Added security measures. 3 security officers, total of 7. Increased perimeter patrols. Wi-Fi limited to library hours, and increased maintenance and trash pickup.
Like
This is at the library.
Like local shopping malls. But whenever these sanctuary politicians go out, what do? They have a
Holy, look at
pre-planned
this.
route that just so happens to go around all the problems they'd rather you and I not
Wow.
Look, they're just chanting and yelling. Everyone's yelling.
Now, you guys, this is the part of the media that they don't want to cover, that they don't want you to see, right? So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, guys. Double tap that screen. Like the live feed today. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps us out. We want to keep getting you guys. We want to keep getting you guys the live breaking news independently and unbiased. The other side. Both sides. All sides of the story we want to cover here. Okay, guys? Okay, guys? So, yes, please, if you haven't already, double tap that screen and subscribe to the channel, guys.
To put their hands on these officers. That's aggression. The reason they're calmer now is because there is a larger battalion of deportation forces at this facility now.
I mean, I feel bad. I feel bad for these police officers, these ICE officers, and these... It looks like military to me now. They look like military to me, the way they're dressed. But they're just trying to do a job again. They were given orders, execute the orders type thing, right? They're just trying to do a job. And you guys, it comes back to the end of the day, we're all people, right? So, I mean, it's unfortunate that, you know, they're being sent at their own people, but look how these people are acting. If you're going to go out here and incite riots and start riots and just bring in unrest to the community, then obviously law enforcement is going to step in, because it could get dangerous. It could get very dangerous. If something really starts, if a big fight breaks out here, somebody comes in and ends open up on all these people or something, right? Like, there's so many people here, and it could get dangerous really quick too, right? So that's why they want to nip this in the butt and kind of get it stopped, right? Look how the riots in the past have went. Yeah. So.
Going to come out.
There's a helicopter in the gates.
Yeah, they even had choppers in the sky for this.
Of course, we're going to see a confrontation.
Yeah, they're starting to get angry now. They're starting to get angry now.
A little bit earlier.
That's the worst too. Now you get the officers angry, and I mean they're supposed to be.
The road and allow more of the federal vehicles in here. We have some pushing with some of the protesters here. Now the tensions have started to flare up.
Because these people want to get their kicks in. They feel that if they don't attack law enforcement every day, that they haven't been good Antifa members.
Green outfit.
Antifa.
This is terrible.
I mean, they wouldn't even let people drive down the street. They were stopping them, saying it was illegal for them to drive down the street. So, you know, nothing changes if you aren't heard. Exactly. They need to use frozen paintballs. Frozen paintball. That's an old trick from way back when, huh? Yeah. Wow.
Just a few weeks ago, a guillotine.
Trump's plans. The state
Look at this, look at this, look at this.
As the governor claims, they are not needed.
Yeah, not needed.
There is no
here she
insurrection.
is.
There is no threat to national security.
Really? No?
There is no need for military troops in our major city.
It is a threat to national security to have.
I mean, it is pretty crazy to think that they're going to send, like, military troops in. But if it's getting to the point where the police are outnumbered and can't handle it, what do you expect them to do, right?
Our country that they plan in these strongholds.
Hundreds showing up outside
This
the
is
city's
crazy.
ICE facility last night to make
Look at
clear
this.
their anger at the idea that troops are,
Wow.
as President Trump said over the
This is
weekend,
Border Patrol,
needed
too.
to protect ICE.
Oh, these are
escort
Border Patrol
vehicles in and out
agents.
of the
Even the police had
No, they got one there.
made. Officials in Oregon have filed a lawsuit to stop the troop deployment, saying it breaches the Constitution and could in fact cause rather than prevent violence.
That's the progressive
Just following
rationale
orders,
for
right?
every
Yeah, and that's
decriminalization
unfortunate.
policy out there. It is
That's unfortunate, right? Because, like, think if you're in the military and you get sent over on deployment or something, you're literally just following orders, right? So, I mean, honestly, take that with a grain of salt, too. Take anything I say with a grain of salt, you guys. You guys all know that, though. You guys all know that. Let's see here. Now, I seen another, oh, the gun buyback program here in Canada. You guys hear about that? So, look, let's look what they're doing here in Canada.
You've maybe heard that the carny liberals have decided to continue the Trudeau liberals' gun ban. Back in May of 2020, the Trudeau liberals banned about 2,500 models of guns because, seriously, they looked scary. Most of the manufacturers.
So they banned a bunch of, as they say, assault-style weapons, we'll say. Look.
Scary. And those ones aren't banned. So if you're really serious about taking high-powered weapons out of the hands of...
Yeah, but they even have 22s banned. They even banned 22s here in Canada, so...
ones both at the same time from the beginning. And now the Liberals are as much as admitting that.
What did that say? Carney needs to leave Ottawa's expensive and failed gun policy behind. Yeah.
And now the Liberals are
it's
as
pretty
much
crazy.
as admitting that. Police much of Alberta on...
Trudeau Liberals expand gun grab, adding 324 new models to the ban list. So yeah, you really got to go over and check what weapons you have to make sure you're not on that ban list, because the government will buy it back, but they're only going to buy it back for very, very, very little of the price. What is this here? Far left turns violent at peaceful demonstration against... Oh my, what is this? This is also covered by Rebel News, guys.
This is public property, sir. With rules of the grounds, we're saying you are not welcome here today. You're leaving right here. What is this? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Excuse me, stop.
So, do you condemn the assassination of Charlie Kirk?
No.
No.
That hateful speech deserves a response.
Oh, what brings you out here?
Oh my.
Resisting.
And see, this is where it all comes back to this Rebel News here, guys. They are out on the streets, they got boots on the ground, and they're doing wonderful independent journalism here. So we're getting to cover a little bit of Canadian politics as well.
Oh, so you support child mutilation?
That's not what's happening.
But you support minors?
Exactly. What do you think is happening?
Ma'am, why is it hateful to stand up against child mutilation?
Love, not hate. Yes! You're killing kids! God is rich! He's
is my area, man.
So this is private property.
David Menzies for Rebel News here at Queen's Park in Toronto, and I'm here to take in a rally by a group called...
So even here in Canada, it's getting really bad, guys.
Let Kids Be. It says they are here to take a stand for families and youth who are being led down a dangerous and deceptive path, i.e. having kids undergo medical transitioning via the use of puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and surgeries to alleviate gender dysphoria. Now, as you can see behind me, there was a counter demonstration. And you know what, once again, it's really a tale of two cities, isn't it, folks? You have very civil, polite people who are part of the Let Kids Be rally, and then you have these people who tend to be vulgar and even violent.
It's been bad for 10 years. Yeah, and it's been progressively getting worse,
they
though.
Are supportive of child mutilation. What does that mean, sir? Trans rights save lives?
Not a sir. Please leave me alone.
Oh, you're not? Okay. Looks like you have an Adam's apple.
Yeah, Alberta told the PM no gun ban in her province. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just asking questions, man.
You are deliberately misgendering someone. That is not asking a question.
Oh, what does misgendering mean?
It's when you are. No, you know what misgendering is, all right?
Holy cow, look.
Yeah.
You're pushing me. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're being an asshole and someone's angry. Oh my God.
Oh, so you agree with violence, then? Let kids be trans. What does that mean? Go back and do.
Now, that sounds messed up. That sounds messed up. Only two genders. So you shouldn't be able to get a sex change until you're at least 18? Like, come on now. So, what? They're letting kids get sex changes? Like actual kids? Wilder. That's wild.
Do your thing.
We're doing our thing right here.
Yeah, you can go. Oh, what are your gender pronouns?
Why can't I do it right here?
Because you're choosing to be here.
Yeah, I'm doing it right here.
What is? If you're bothered by it,
Shout out to Rebel News. Shout out to Rebel News.
This is my area, man.
So this is private property.
You can move off site. Why? This is public property, sir. With rules of the grounds, we're saying you are not welcome here today. You're leaving. Officer, quote me the rules of the grounds. You're leaving. What are the rules?
Whoa. Rules of the grounds, you're not welcome here. Whoa. Wait, what?
You can move off site. Why? This is public property, sir. With rules of the grounds, we're saying you are not welcome here today. You're leaving.
Wow. With rules of the grounds, we're saying you're not welcome here today. And this is just a news journalist, by the way, guys.
Tell me the rules of the grounds. You're leaving. What are the rules of the grounds? You're going to leave or you're going to be arrested. Am I under arrest? You're going to be in a minute. Why? What's the charge? Okay, see, this is, again, the Gestapo. Excuse me, stop. You're leaving. How far do you want me to leave? The curb. I want to cover that rally. You're leaving to that curb. I want to cover that rally, officer. You're leaving to the curb. Huh? This is Olivia Chow's Toronto. This is Myron Demkew's Toronto, where the police will not tolerate impolite questions. No, you haven't, officer. What are the rules? If you come back, you will be arrested.
Now, remember the beginning of the live stream when we were talking about Tim Hortons and the police officer going in there and allowing the reporter. So we're getting, you're seeing the both sides there. Now that one cop was great. He handles the situation great. This fella here, on the other hand, I don't know. So they're allowed to be there protesting, but he's not allowed to be there to document it as a journalist.
What basis?
That seems a little fishy to me.
So those two have been trespassed? Yes. So you two
Bubbles, can you make yourself available for an interview? Bubbles!
I'm also asking.
It's Officer Bubbles. I can't believe it.
Off the property.
Can you grab my scooter? I've been trespassed.
Why aren't those people being put off the property? Why aren't those
He was
people?
provoking a
They're
little bit there,
violent.
calling Buddy Bubbles, but we'll let that slide.
So, Lee, what is going on here? My camera woman, Avery, myself, and you apparently, we are being trespassed literally from the public square, Queen's Park. And they haven't given us a reason. I don't know if they gave you a reason. What in blue hell is going
Parents
on
should
here?
have to say
Is it
so over what
asking
medical procedure their
impolite
children can go
questions
through.
to the
Boycott Tim Hortons.
trans
Yeah,
community
straight up.
now a crime?
No more
It's
Tim's,
the whole
guys. I didn't
Antifa
know this
cover-up,
morning
Mr.
I got a
Menzies.
coffee, but I'm
They
going to
wanna
start making
cover
my
up
coffee at
Antifa's
home.
crimes. It's a government agenda.
We need mental
I'm here to
awareness and
document it. I know
research.
you've been working hard to document it.
Does no
Police
one
in
remember
enforcing
how shitty asylum
or trying to
yeah.
maintain some semblance of order.
We
err
need
on the
rebel
path
news.
of
I
least
know, you
resistance.
guys, and that's why I
And
say, and I'm
particularly
going to
where
say it
there is-
again. I'm going to say it again. I'm sorry if I'm beating a dead horse here type thing, guys, but please, if you haven't already, double tap that screen, like the video, like the live, I should say. We want to bring you guys live breaking news Monday through Friday to the vertical live feed, to the vertical shorts feed. We want to get you guys the news, but the only way we can do it is if you A, like the video, and B, subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a lot. All right, let's get back into it.
Is a large crowd and one that is claiming protected identity status that takes precedent. And contrary to the actual law, police will remove the person who they perceive to
Doggy,
be
I'd rather make my
agitating the
coffee at
crowd,
home.
even if that agitation is merely existing in a public space. So I don't consider that to be lawful.
April, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not completely shocked about the being assaulted. That's usually the normal behavior by the protesters. But I mean, what we have going on today is actually a great turnout for the ARPA.
It is. One parent sued her daughter's school because her daughter identifies as a cat and she actually pees and craps in the litter box. They sued the school to put a litter box. I know, I've been seeing this, guys. If that doesn't scream, I have a mental health problem, I don't know what does, and I'm sorry. I personally myself suffer. I seek help, and you guys, there's nothing wrong with that. But if I was... Now, just think of this for a second. If I was to go to a restaurant and to put a litter box down on the floor and start going, what do you think would happen to me? I would be arrested. I would be arrested and thrown in jail. Like, this is crazy stuff, guys. No, you're not a cat. Not in a frickin' litter box, man. Like, come on.
Wild, angry people
bro.
running around, you know.
Half
and
that
again,
crowd
you mix
isn't
that
allowed
with
within
mental
500 yards of
illness,
home.
you mix it with
No.
hormones, and you mix it with puberty blockers, and we have
Where
all
was
these
this
things. We have
reported,
rage,
Fox?
we have
No,
people being not
no, this is not
accepted,
Fox.
and this is where
This is
people...
not Fox, you guys. This is Rebel News. This is Rebel News. Shout out to Rebel News. Did they give her a rabies shot? Probably should. If you're asking about my comment, the mother posted a video on YouTube of her arguing with the school board and suing them to get the litter box and stuff. Like, that's wild. Trey, that's wild. Like, what do you guys think about that? That is insane.
Will lash out.
Sue the school so by kicking in a litter box. Yeah.
Of just like what you call it, insanity.
Every adult is ultimately accountable for their own actions. And so
Of course, yeah.
someone being triggered by someone else's behavior, if that behavior is lawful, that simply is not allowed. And again, that's not what we saw here today.
100%. That's their problem if they're triggered, not our problem.
The government is not pushing psychological help. Actually, where I live in London, Ontario, they actually closed down the site.
Tell her at lunchtime the only thing she can eat is cat food. That's
pushing
wild.
conversion therapy before they actually give you psychological help.
I feel bad
so
for the
now we
poor
have these
kid
people
that's
that
been...
have not been accepted, who have
I don't even know what
rage, who
term
are
to put there.
angry, who are
Groomed into
not,
that situation,
like I
maybe?
said, they're not given this help. Of course.
And it
what are you
might
gonna-
not be like, oh, groomed by the parents, so to say, more so society. They want to be a cat, then let them go outside to use the bathroom. Yeah, there's an easier way to deal with it. Holy. Have your child spayed or neutered. Bob Barker here. Have your child spayed or neutered. Who would have ever thought we'd be saying something like that, you guys, and being serious? Like, what? Shout out London, Ontario. Welcome in, London, Ontario. Welcome in.
of music, food, and fun.
All right, now let's go back here and let's go over to her because I want to make sure. Paris erupts in protest over a new budget proposal. Holy cows, they're a great big. This is a live view of the Paris protest over new budget proposal. Nationwide strikes paralyze France. Look at this, guys. Live from Paris, France witnesses massive nationwide protest strikes as citizen workers, unions, and public sector employees take to the streets in opposition to the government's new budget proposal. The demonstrations have brought transport systems, public services, and school buses to halt, with thousands marching across major cities, particularly in Paris. So are they trying to have a government shutdown over there as well? The lack of fathers has caused this. Take them outside. They want to be a doggy. Take her to the bed and get her spayed. Bruh. I can't believe that's even a frickin' thing, man. Like, I can't believe that's even a thing. Like, what? Seems like they're always on gosh darn commercial break over there at that Fox. That's why we like that Rebel, right? That's pretty good. But I want to see, too, Tyler Robinson, accused of killing Charlie Kirk, has second court. Oh, is this the court day for...
Please be seated. Good morning. Court is now in session.
Lauren Hunt, Ryan McBride, and Chris Ballard for the state, Your Honor.
Good morning, counsels.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kathy Nestor, Michael Burt, and Richard Novak on behalf of Mr. Robinson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
And to the jail.
Ooh, I wouldn't want to be the lawyer for that.
Do we have Mr. Robinson present?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Robinson, good morning to you as well. Counsel, as
I would have just said
began,
morning.
I have entered orders allowing the admittance of Mr. Michael Burt, Mr. Richard Novak,
Well, this furry boy from me in court to support him. Let's see.
Catherine Nestor, to be Mr. Robinson's counsel. The court enters findings
Start
of
up
the
and
combined
then fly the nation's flag,
of
France
counsel
and England.
meets
Yeah,
and
that's wild,
exceeds the
isn't it?
requirements of Rule 8. Counsel, do we have...
I'd stay home and homeschool them. Honest,
what would
right?
you like to accomplish today?
I have two items, Judge. I just wanted to make a record that...
Again, you guys, before we start this video here and have a reaction to it, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Double tap that screen to like the video. Smash them hearts in the corner as well to get some reactions in there. We just want to bring you guys live breaking news to the Vertical Live feed, to the Shorts feed, as often as I possibly can, guys. And with your guys' support, I can continue doing it. So all you got to do is subscribe to the channel. Double tap that screen, guys. All right, let's get back into it.
Under Rule 16 of the Utah Rules of Criminal Procedure with respect to discovery, the state is required to provide to the defense.
Podcasts like this helps create critical thinking. We might sound off the wall, but we certainly make a hell of a lot more sense than the mainstream. Excited for you and everybody following. Thank you very much, Bobby. Thank you very much, Bobby. And that's...
Or the next day or so, and we'll provide that.
That's again where I come back to double tapping the screen, liking the videos, commenting like you guys are all doing, and subscribing to the channel, guys. Honestly, subscribe to the channel. It helps more than you guys know. And I got lots of outdoor content on there as well, guys. It's not just journalism. So if you guys are interested in that, there's all kinds of that on there. If you guys are interested in the journalism, we're starting to kick off all kinds of that as well, guys. Like I said, subscribe, double tap. It helps more than you think. All right, let's get back into it.
To the defense.
Independent journalism, unbiased, guys.
We also, for the court's information, we met this morning with the defense team briefly in our office. To
Thanks, Bobby. Thanks, Bobby.
And the process.
Appreciate
so we'll
that,
be
brother.
Together, there is a substantial amount of discovery in this case, Your Honor. It's voluminous, to say the least, and we're working on a process where we can exchange information as quickly as possible and be efficient in that process. The other item I had, Your Honor, I saw that over the weekend there was a protection order, pretrial and trial publicity order entered by Your Honor. And I just was seeking some clarification. On page 2, at the end of the first paragraph, it reads, to that end,
What exactly happened to bro here? Let's skip down a little bit.
Be honored without compromise.
Yeah, I want to hear what the judge has to say.
10 a.m.
That works for the state, Your Honor. Thank you.
That's fine for the defense, Your Honor.
All right. Now, as we're at the beginning, anything further from counsel from either side?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
As we are at the beginning of this case, it is my intent to only speak when I'm needed or it is necessary. But today I do wish to provide guidance and expectations that you can have for this court and wish to enter an order as well. As this case moves forward, Mr. Robinson's constitutional rights will be protected at every stage.
Blade, if I
He
could
sits
find
before
it
this
on here,
court
I will
presumed
cover it as
innocent,
well.
and that
That's why we
presumption
want to keep
remains
this
unless
independent journalism
and
going.
until each element of every offense charged against him is proved beyond a reasonable doubt. At the same time, and as applicable, victims are entitled under our Constitution to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, free from harassment or abuse. Justice demands that both of these principles, the rights of the accused and the rights of victims, be honored without compromise. I remain steadfast in my oath that I made 56 days ago to support and defend the constitutions of the United States and of Utah. I will carry out my duties with fidelity, transparency, and impartiality.
I think it's going to be, there's going to be another court date there as well, so. What are they saying in there? Keep healthcare affordable. Yo. We want to keep... Wait. I didn't... Just watched that, but I didn't see nothing, you know? This is brutal here, although the synagogue attack.
The other jihadist groups that you mentioned, like Al-Qaeda and ISIS, because they come from completely different traditions. So, what can you tell us about what what is known?
Prime Minister, we will keep our Jewish community safe.
Operating in Europe now.
So
King
Iran
shocked
has,
and saddened over Manchester attack
in Europe, and there's been an open warnings given by the Director General of MI5, the security.
Seems like all
this
across
country,
the globe,
and I would expect
it's
that's
wild
probably
right
going to be
now.
repeated in the next few weeks at some stage, because it was last year in October that he said there had been at least somewhere between 10 and 20 attempted kidnappings and murders of Iranian dissidents or journalists in this country by proxies operating on behalf of the Islamic regime in Iran, the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps. So that is a concern for some people. Now, Hamas have denied any connection to the 3 people who've been arrested in Berlin. It's important to say that. Hamas, of course, is a prescribed terrorist group by the EU and the UK and US, but they are the people who are currently, as we speak, are supposed to be studying the 20-point peace plan for Gaza. So there's an awful lot of different things moving at the same time here, but you're absolutely right that Hamas is in a different, I'm not trying to sort of say they are more or less dangerous, but they are in a different category to ISIS and Al-Qaeda, who are generally intent on large-scale mass casualties, and beyond, they don't really respect borders. Hamas is an Arabic acronym. It stands for Harakat al-Muqawara al-Islamiyya, meaning the Islamic resistance movement. They have They are entirely focused on
Everyone
the Middle
has a
East.
voice
They're
now,
not
and
interested
unfortunately,
in
the loudest is
political
usually not the
power in
most
different
correct.
countries, rather like the Taliban in Afghanistan, who are only interested
I can agree with
in
that statement. Yep.
Afghanistan.
And has there been, again, I know we are speculating, but I'm asking you because of your own background.
Isn't this
but
awful?
Has there been any jihadist
At a synagogue.
response to the events of October the 7th? Because also we're coming up to the anniversary of that.
Suspected attacker shot
I mean,
dead by police.
Initially, there was celebration amongst jihadis, but subsequently, with the ongoing Israeli actions in Gaza and the very high
Manchester
death
police,
toll,
3 people in serious
there have
condition.
been calls by ISIS. There was one as recently as the 18th of September, just 2 weeks ago, which called on its supporters to attack Jewish targets in Europe, particularly in the UK. The UK is a high priority target for them. So, yeah, there is an extant threat out there. I think we're in a different position, a different place from where we were in 2005. So the police and MI5 are much more joined up. They have a combined counter-terrorism headquarters now in London. There used to be, if not stovepiping, almost a kind of rivalry.
Wow, you guys, it's just like I said before, it's getting crazy all around the globe. Everywhere you go now, every morning I wake up and I throw the news on, you know. What's this here now?
In harm's way to keep harm away from Memphians. That's what's happening. That's what's begun this week.
AG Bonnie, Defensor.
The level of gratitude and the excitement that we
Memphis
have
crime
in my
crackdown.
office and frankly across the state of Tennessee for what's happening here in Memphis, hard to measure. Thank you. Thank you for the work that you're doing. Thank you for everyone up on this stage.
Memphis Safe Task Force. So what has gone down in Memphis now?
Made it clear to all of us, and we know that Memphis is an iconic city.
Welcome in, JH7.
Make Memphis safe again. That's why we're here. We're working hand
Yes,
in hand
unfortunately,
with
we're going to see more
President
of this.
Trump cares about you, and all of us care about you. All of the Memphis police officers, all of you, we are here to have your backs. All of the law enforcement officers in this room. You've got our backs, and we are going to have yours. And by the way, there's a federal shutdown right now. I don't know if you saw that in D.C. Well, we know crime doesn't shut down, and that's why we're all here. You work 24/7, and we're all working 24/7 to have your backs. All of our federal agents in this room, DEA, ATF, FBI, U.S. Marshals, working hand in hand with HSI, all of Pete's Guard, all of our officers working hand in hand with you as a team. That's what we did in D.C. and that's what we're
they
going
can't
to.
they can't defund and shut down all the police. Imagine with all these protests going on, how bad it would get.
Career prosecutor. If you touch a law enforcement officer, it is a crime and you are going to jail. We are arresting anyone who touches any of you. If you touch a federal officer, it's going to be assault on a federal officer, and we have our U.S. attorney here. And to all of you state and local officers, let's see what your DA does, because he better prosecute crimes against you, because we have your backs now.
Shut down. Meanwhile, nobody has been impacted. That's why we're trying to cover everything we possibly can here in the Random Thoughts Indoor Studio.
In the life of a police officer. And thank you for what you do, and thank your families. You are out here night and day. God bless you. We are here for you, and we will always be here for you.
Unless
we
you
are
do
going
it for
to,
us,
this is long
then
term.
we will pardon
We
you.
are going to work hand in hand.
Rhonda, welcome
to
in.
make
Rhonda, welcome
the
in.
most violent crime city in the country have no crime. Thank you all. God bless you, and God bless America.
Yeah, we don't need violent crimes, guys. Like political violence is awful.
What a privilege it is to be here. We see you up front, we see you in the back. I see green, blue, black, tan, camouflage. All together, one cause, one city.
Get out of town.
It's really cool to have a privilege, and we all do, Stephen, Pam, myself, so many others, to see how much President Trump loves Americans, American cities, and American citizens, and how he puts America first. And at the Department of War,
Department of War.
we are proud
That's
to be
crazy. They
part of that
changed it to the
effort
Department of
to
War.
ensure we're defending the homeland and defending those who defend the homeland. Whether it's our southwest border, where we brought it to 0 folks crossing illegally, whether it's in Los Angeles, where we stand by our partners in ICE, who need to be able to have the ability to do their job anywhere in any American city. Whether it's Washington, D.C., ensuring our nation's capital is safe for citizens and visitors who come to visit that beautiful place, or right
It's
here in
dangerous
Memphis,
all around the globe,
where
though.
your families,
Even as
every
you guys
family
seen here in Canada, it's
deserves to
dangerous
live
with the protests
safe
and everything,
free.
too. Antifa.
So, I had a chance yesterday to talk a little bit how we're changing the environment at the Department of War. I see some
Paul,
great
thank you very
beards
much. I
out
really
here. They're
appreciate
just
it.
not allowed in the infantry anymore.
We are kicking visitors.
Undercover, that's right.
We are kicking visitors,
cannot
so Department
thank
of
you
War
enough
is the
for
original
what you
name.
do.
Oh, is it? Okay.
What you do in difficult
It used to be
places,
called Department
in
of War in
dark
the
places,
40s, I
in
believe, so
dangerous
they just changed
places
it back. Okay,
where
okay.
politicians spend a lot of time
Well, it was Department of
second-guessing
War,
you,
and then we won World War
second-guessing the impossible
II.
decisions that you have to make that they will
Then they
never
changed it to
understand.
Department of Defense,
Part
and
of
we
what we're
lost the
trying to do
Vietnam
at the
War, the
department
Korean
for our
War.
troops overseas or in combat and elsewhere is
not
we're not here to
surprised this is
second guess you.
happening.
We're here to have your
It'll
back,
happen at
to
some point.
unleash you to do your job so you come home safely. Our department is here to enable you, law enforcement, to do your job, to help protect your facilities, help protect your people, so that your hands can be untied
Oh shit, you're
to secure
Canadian, dude.
your
I
city.
didn't know
So our
because
department's
you
proud
didn't
to be
have your
here.
Canadian
It's a
accent.
priority for us. The Tennessee National
A
Guard
lot
is
of
gonna
people
be
say
right
I
here.
have a pretty thick Canadian accent, but I guess it's not coming out here, is it, guys?
Thank you, Pete, Gaddy, Pam, and of course, your governor, for not only being here today, but for the invitation to your state to bring the full resources of the federal government to making Memphis safer than any of
Crazy.
you could ever possibly
I
imagine.
hear it, and I'm Canadian.
To the
Yeah.
Memphis
I
Police
definitely have a
Department, to the
strong
officers that I
accent,
see
y'all.
sitting in front of me, we are about to provide you with a level of support you cannot even imagine. This isn't just a task force. This is a all of government unlimited support operation. ATF, DEA, FBI, ICE, Department of War, every resource we have. And they're not going to be sitting behind a desk at a keyboard. We're
Maybe I
sending
start
in
talking about hockey,
real
it might come
cops
out, eh?
with guns and badges to go out with you on the street every
I haven't
single
heard you
night
say,
making
"Hey."
arrests. These are people who have taken down drug cartels, kingpins, the worst criminal offenders in the United States, standing with you shoulder to shoulder to shoulder. All we ask
I want to
from
show you guys something
is to
else
show up at
too,
roll call every
right
single
quick.
night.
From Rebel News as well. Let's see if I can find it, you guys. Just bear with me one moment here. Yeah, look at this video, bot. Yeah, here. I want to show you guys this.
J'ai quelques questions pour vous, Monsieur Lepage. Est-ce que vous pouvez me confirmer si c'est vous sur cette machine, Monsieur Lepage? Avez-vous des liens avec les antifas?
Est-ce que je ressemble à quelqu'un que j'ai ça être une enquête citoyenne, là, quelque chose de même, mais.
See this guy here? He threw what looks to be fireworks in a church. And the news reporter gets attacked.
We found the thug who allegedly smoke bombed a Christian worship service, and he appears to be linked to an Antifa cell operating within Canada's Department of National Defense.
Yeah, apparently.
At smoke bomber is Gabriel Lepage, an
Gabriel
employee
Lepage.
at the Long Point military base, working under the Department of National Defense. Is that why?
Now, he's working under the Department of National Defense. Mind you, the Canadian military hires civilian contractors. So that's what he most likely is here, a
He
civilian
knew
contractor.
how to handle incendiary devices?
Apparently
what kind
they,
of training is being given?
At this base here that this fella works at, apparently they build stuff for the war before sending it over to Ukraine or whatever.
Even within the military that could enable evidence in this
look
report.
at this, look.
Antifa is not just a fringe ideology. It's a dangerous network of extremists willing to engage in violence. That's why President Donald Trump declared Antifa a terrorist organization. But what is the Liberal government doing here in Canada? Shockingly, they appear to be employing these extremists within federal institutions tasked with our national security and worse, shielding them from accountability.
We let them stay at our house.
Tips
Awesome.
we received suggest that Lepage colleagues were
Was
well
Canadian, used to live in
aware of the
Oakville by
viral
Toronto, now I live in the
videos
US.
showing the church attack. We were also told
I would love to be
that
somewhere
he
warm
allegedly met
24/7.
with
Hey.
his superior about it.
Now look at this
Yet
guy,
no
though.
one
I
contacted
don't
the police.
support anybody
Instead, he allegedly went on an early
bringing
2
violence
months leave.
to places of worship,
Coincidence?
churches and such. Guys,
When
that's
you will
awful.
see my direct interaction with
Now,
the
when he
alleged
was questioned
perpetrator,
about this, he
you
denied it
need to
all. But I
ask
mean, they got
yourself,
pictures of him.
Do we have an
Look for
Antifa
yourself,
cell
guys.
embedded within our
You can tell
own
for yourself.
military? And who exactly is this man who seems capable of summoning and could constitute both hate crimes and mischief? And to expose what
See,
needs
they got
to
him
be
coming out of the military
exposed.
base. Now she confronts him.
Lepage. Bonjour, mon nom c'est Alexandra Lavoie, je suis journaliste pour Rebel News. Comment allez-vous?
And now, what do you guys think? Now, if somebody goes into a place of worship, okay, and throws a smoke grenade or a smoke bomb or fireworks of any kind, of anything like that, now do you guys think he should just get off scot-free and be able to go about his daily business and go about his life? Or should he be held accountable for what he did? Like, that's, I guess, at the very least, it would be vandalism, wouldn't it? At the very least. I mean, he could have, the way that them smoke grenades and stuff work, they're very hot, right? So they could, that could have caused a big fire, and he could have burnt down that whole church. People could have been killed.
J'ai quelques questions pour vous, Monsieur Lepage. Je voudrais vous demander, est-ce que c'est vous sur cette image-ci?
See, look,
Est-ce que vous
right
pouvez me
there.
confirmer?
Right there. That's clearly him. He's wearing the exact same glasses. He's got the exact same glasses on in that photo as he's wearing right here. So you can see right there, that's him. You can't deny you can't deny it. 45 minutes from Oakville. No, he should have a psychological evaluation. They should check his finances, see where his money is coming from, investigate, and put them in the joint, and don't let them out. Yeah, he needs a psychological evaluation for sure. Attempted murder, in my opinion. Yeah, because now what if when he threw that smoke grenade in, before they got it out or whatever, then they didn't notice, and like all the wood in there just it's all combustible, right? It vary. And now what if there was, I mean, there's women, there's children, there's like, come on, people, it's a church, for God's sake. Why he did this is beyond me. Why he wants to bring violence to a church, to a place where people are going to worship and trying to heal themselves, is beyond me. Why he would want to do this. And he honestly, he doesn't strike me through his body language here in this video. He doesn't strike me as the type of person that would want to go out and do this, for starters, right? But here it is, here it is.
Me dire si c'est vous qui avez
Just watch his body
lancé
language.
2 bombes fumigènes dans l'église Ministérieuse Restauration en juillet dernier? Est-ce que vous admettez avoir lancé 2 bombes fumigènes dans l'église Ministérieuse Restauration, Monsieur Gabriel Lepage?
I'll bring that up so you guys
Pourquoi
can
vous
see
êtes
the
parti en maladie
subtitles. I'm not French either. I don't speak French, so.
Quel type de données
What kind of data do you
que vous
handle at
manipulez
National
à la
Defense?
Défense nationale, Monsieur Gabriel Lepage? Est-ce que vous saviez qu'il y avait une récompense
Did you know there was a
pour
reward to
retrouver la
find the
personne
person
qui a
who threw
lancé
2
2
smoke
bombes
bombs?
fumigènes dans l'église
They had a $1,000 reward out
Ministérieuse
for him.
Restauration?
Obviously, they found him.
confirmer que c'est vous sur cette
Can you
image?
confirm that it's you in this image?
Ah, Monsieur Lepage?
I can confirm it right now. The glasses are the same.
Est-ce que vous
What are the
pensez que
odds?
vous devriez faire
Do you
face
think
à
you
des
should face
conséquences si c'est vous qui avez
consequences?
lancé les deux bombes
If
fumigènes?
it was you who threw the 2 smoke bombs,
Est-ce que vous êtes...
yes.
Est-ce que vous seriez
Would you
d'accord que
agree
j'appelle
that
la
I call
police
the
en ce
police
moment?
right now? And
Qu'est-ce que vous
unfortunately,
pensez qu'il devrait...
unfortunately, they won't do anything. The police won't do anything, as we're going to see in this video here. So let me just, so they followed him. They follow him for quite some time.
Alexandra Labois.
She reports
J'ai
it
la
to
photo,
police.
qui a été prise à l'intérieur de
Lets them know
l'église
she's an
cette
independent
journée-là.
journalist.
Et je demande à Monsieur Lepage, Gabriel Lepage,
I mean,
si
she's got the
vous
photo of
reconnaissez
him.
l'homme en question sur cette image.
He won't say nothing. He was on
On
the
est
phone.
journaliste.
Donc, c'est deux personnes qui disent journaliste.
So those two people who say they're gauging it, he's trying to say this is street harassment. You're in a public space though, right? So
Semblerait que la
you're in a
photo,
public space. Yeah, they follow him for quite a bit.
Donc, je suis suivi depuis 30 minutes.
Two smoke bombs inside of the Ministerios Restoration Church. But Mr. Lepage doesn't want to answer if he did through the 2 smoke bombs or if it's him on this picture.
Why
he said
they're
that we are not
protecting him,
journalists, but
I don't know.
I wonder why.
As we go through the video here, guys,
We
you're
are
going to be
still
able to
waiting
see.
for the SPVM to arrive. What do you think should happen to someone who threw 2 smoke bombs inside of a church or inside of the mosque or at
Is what
a
do you guys
pride
think should
parade?
happen?
You believe that
By
the
staying
National
silent
Defense
is
should
admission.
continue
Exactly
to
right.
hire someone
If it
who
wasn't
actually
him,
threw
he
2
wouldn't be
smoke
acting
bombs
like that.
inside
No.
of a church?
If that was true, the U.S. would have a different president. She just posted a video of her being attacked this morning. Yes, just wait.
The viral
Just
video
wait.
of the man who threw the 2 smoke bombs. Ce que je peux voir, en tout cas, la personne.
Il nous a appelé également. Là.
Moi, appelez la police parce qu'il y a un homme violent ici.
So yeah, as we see here,
J'ai dit tu décalisses.
he was on the phone with somebody.
Qui que vous avez
He was on
avec
the
vous?
phone with
Un
somebody
homme
and called
qui
this
a
fella in.
présumément lancé 2 bombes fumigènes à l'intérieur d'une église,
And this
monsieur.
guy like blocks him with the
monsieur,
bike a little
est-ce que
bit.
vous savez c'est qui que vous êtes en train de protéger? Est-ce que vous êtes un antifa, monsieur? Est-ce que vous faites partie des antifas? Est-ce que vous... Cette histoire a été internationale. Hey, c'est quoi ton problème?
Oh, dude,
Journée,
right here,
monsieur
look.
Lepage.
Watch this, guys. Watch this.
Décalif! Décalif! Ah ouais, décalif! Décalif! Hey! Décalif!
Hey, c'est quoi ton problème?
Décalif!
Est-ce que c'est ton
You
ami?
see that,
Est-ce que
guys?
c'est ça?
Now, what do you guys think?
Décalif! Décalif!
Look.
Décalif!
Hey, c'est
He
quoi ton
attacks her.
problème?
Décalif!
Est-ce que c'est ton ami? Est-ce que c'est ça?
And he
Vous êtes
keeps
un
screaming,
Antifa,
"Get the F
monsieur?"
out!" Are you Antifa? Are you Antifa? She says.
Wow!
Look, he
Did you
gets
saw
into.
that? I just got attacked by what it seems like Antifa thug that are
It does. It
protecting
really does.
Gabriel Lepage, who is working for the National Defense.
Oh, she got a 360 camera on her back.
Can
Look
you
at
believe
that.
that this is Canada 2025 under Mark Carney? That
Shout out to Rebel
this kind
News.
of
Shout out to
people
Rebel
can
News,
work
by
for
the way.
National Defense. He actually
Assault.
kind of
That
broke
was
my-
assault. 100%
my
assault.
camera.
Yeah, 100%.
But
He ripped
we're
the
not safe in
GoPro right
Montreal
off
for
her
doing
right off
what
her
the
chest.
SPVM should do by actually finding the people who are doing criminal offense.
Like, come on, that is him, guys.
Wow, I mean,
Like, look at the picture. Look at the picture. And then, look at him. And say that's not him in the picture. He's claiming that's not him. Bro, you're wearing the same glasses. You have the same glasses on that you were wearing when you did this attack. I'm going to call it an attack on the church because it obviously was an attack on the church. Nobody goes and throws smoke grenades or fireworks into a church. It's unheard of, guys. Like, what is going on here? What is going on? So now they're saying Antifa is linked into the Canadian military because this guy here works for the military, right? but he's a private contractor. So the military hires private civilian contractors to come in and do work like engineers, electricians, you know, stuff like that, guys, trades work and stuff, right? So that's what this guy most likely is. But he gets away. He gets picked up.
The green hair woman seems to have
This woman with green hair picks him up.
Pick up Gabriel Lepage in question.
And then he's gone.
Wow.
And then he's gone.
I'm shocked.
Good for her standing her ground and not cowering. That's right. That's right. She reports it to the police officer. She reports it to the police. But of course, you guys already know. I'm pretty sure now, I checked this last night, so if I'm wrong, just correct me in the comments. But as of last night, there's been nobody charged or arrested in connections with this church assault, attack, whatever you want to call it, and the assault on her. I'm sure she's going to be seeking to press charges. I'm pretty darn sure of it, right, guys? So I wanted to show you guys that video just because Antifa in the United States obviously is huge and going crazy, right? But it's also down here in Canada as well, and we're seeing it here as well, guys. So yeah. So shout out to Rebel News again. Shout out to Rebel News again for posting that video. Radical Antifa hijacks vigil for teen fatally shot by police. Let's check that out, guys. We got to check that out. I haven't heard this one yet. Canada has no military. Canada's military is in rough shape, guys. Canada's military is in rough shape. They will literally hire anybody. They got all kinds of people out trying to hire, but nobody wants to work for the military right now, especially with all this going on, right? So let's look into this here.
Reporting from Longueuil on a demonstration
Alexa is back
amplified
from
by
Rebel
Montreal
News.
anti-fascists demanding justice.
So what did that say there? It is crucial to remember that the police as an institution have historically been colonists, racists, and capitalists. Unfortunately, the Longueuil Police Service is no exception. It is more than time to stand up against these institutions so that no other tragedy like this is repeated. Okay, I guess that's okay. This is just translated. Okay, let's look back in here.
Demanding justice for Nouran Rezaei, a 15-year-old boy who was killed during a police operation.
So, Nouran Rezaei, the presence of a firearm was mentioned at least 4 times in 911. Radio Canada, able to consult notes transmitted to Longueuil Police by 911 Center before their intervention, which cost the life of Nouran Rezaei. That is awful.
On September 21, right here in the area. On that day, a 911 call was made to report again.
So it says here, at 2:47 p.m., 11 minutes before young Nouran Rezaei was fatally shot by a Longueuil police officer on September 21st, someone called 911. They reported a group of 15 to 20 masked individuals armed with aluminum baseball bats, pepper spray, and especially armed with a rifle at the intersection of Joseph and Monaco Streets in St. Herbert sector of Longueuil. The document consulted indicates that the 911 call lasted about 10 minutes in total. Information transmitted to the responding police officers mentioned the presence of a group of individuals who have appeared to be looking for a person or a group near a residential wooded area. According to notes transmitted directly to the police officers' terminals in their cars, the mention of a firearm is repeated at least 4 times during the call.
Gathering of 15 to 20 masked individuals. Armed Nouran was wearing black clothing and a balaclava at the time of the
So the teenager who was reportedly wearing black clothing, a balaclava, and black backpack collapsed to the ground earlier this week. That no firearm except that of the police officer who opened fire was found at the scene of the tragedy. So they were claiming he had a gun, and he didn't?
Intervention. Nouran Rezaei was unarmed during the police action, but was shot after reaching into his backpack, a movement likely perceived as a threat by the responding
subtitles
officer.
From the police just say
Since
that they
this
don't
tragic
know
event,
what Antifa
tensions
is.
have continued to rise.
That's what they claim. So the police there, I believe that was in Quebec. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Or Ontario. Ontario or Quebec. But you guys, the police are claiming they don't even know what Antifa is. They're claiming they don't know what Antifa is, so...
Erupted. Some police officers have received threats, and a
Pronounced
bounty
Longueuil.
targeting an officer who was not involved in the incident circulated on social media.
Where was that at again? Sorry,
According
guys.
to available information, this threat reportedly
It was in
came
Ontario,
from another
right?
15-year-old boy. The Independent Investigations Office is continuing its inquiry to shed full light on Nouran.
There were some independent news sources that looked into it. You can purchase advertising data. Every cell phone has a specific advertising ID, and companies track the location of those IDs. Quebec. The two teens charged after 14-year-old Hell Angels Club. Oh my.
Influence.
See, the violence
over
even
youth.
here in Canada, guys, is
For
real and
police,
it's happening.
This is a reality that sometimes involves minors, and it's not limited
Awful,
here
guys,
in Longueuil.
awful.
Last Friday, authorities reported having intelligence suggesting that some demonstrators might seek to provoke confrontations.
Unfortunately, we have received
And it
information
seems like
suggesting that a small number of individuals may attempt to provoke confrontation with police officers during these planned rallies this weekend.
Yeah, and see, that's what they do now. They'll have a protest, and there'll be a bunch of people that'll come in just to start riots and unrest, start fights. Like they just can't be civil about
Private
it, right?
security in case the situation gets out of control. Now, let's check.
We
the
don't
full
speak
day
French like
here
that in
Longueuil.
Ontario. Yeah, Longueuil is pronounced like that. It's in Quebec, suburb of Montreal. Okay, thank you, Bruno. Thank you, Bruno. We ask that you disperse calmly and return home so as not to linger. Local residents, please. No shouting, nothing. Leave as you arrived in silence, and do not disturb the neighborhood. So it's looking like Antifa is even here in Canada now, guys. It's looking like Antifa is even here in Canada now, so... Oh my god, guys, like...
They call this Rebel News! They call this Rebel News! They call this racist!
Shout out to Rebel News again, guys. Like, boots on the ground. That's what we want to do here at the Random Thoughts Indoor Studio. We want to get boots on the ground someday, too. So, if you guys haven't yet, that helps us out a lot. Subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Double tap that screen, guys. It helps us get out there to more people. We want more people to see this. Every side of the story.
Qu'est-ce que vous faites? Qu'est-ce que vous êtes en train de faire? Voyez pas, c'est de la sécurité.
Don't you see that this guy's just gonna... They don't even know what they're talking about. I bet you half of them don't even know what a fascist is.
Mais ils sont violents. Mais ils sont violents? Non, pas du tout. Hey, on était ici, genre, puis on a rien
We were here
fait.
like we didn't do anything, in silence. Go away, you're not welcome. You're not welcome. They're racist. That doesn't go over well. That doesn't go over well for your event, gentlemen. Yeah, that's not going to help anything. That's not going to help anything. Acting like that's not going to help anything. Doesn't it seem like you have one of these? You always get one of these, in the friggin' protests, man. Like, they see the camera and they just gotta act out, huh? But something's wrong. Call the police, please. Call the police, please. I don't think they're gonna do anything, bro. Now, people say they're not Antifa, but they're dressed pretty Antifa to me. What do you guys think? Drop it in the comments below. Antifa was at the City Hall in Lettenberg, Alberta, almost a year and a half ago, when the people were standing protesting for their gender rights. They're so violent. It's a shame one of those protesters is wearing Black Sabbath t-shirt. That's my favorite. Yeah, I know. And unfortunately, they're just wearing it because it's all black, right? And it's probably all they had that was all black to come out to this ridiculousness.
The Antifa have hijacked the event that happened that was actually peaceful. Antifa have hijacked a peaceful vigil for that small 15-year-old boy. This is what Antifa do. This is the violent thugs.
No, it's not violent thugs. It's a peaceful
You guys are being violent. Yes, you are. You literally just pushed her out of there.
Écoute, nous, on n'est pas là pour ça, on est juste là pour le meurtre.
The murder was the murder of the young child. We know it was peaceful. There's no propaganda, no politics, none of that. But are you aware that people are hijacking your event? Those people are not associated with us, man. We came peacefully and we're sorry if they caused you any harm. Now we'd like to stop. It's escalating. But you are aware that these are... See, and that's just it. It always escalates. They have these protests. People can't be civil. They can't be peaceful. And it always breaks out into some form of friggin' riot or something, right? Violence always breaks out. You always have that guy that's there.
And as
screaming
soon as
and
people
hollering and pushing
event,
and just wanting to start
of course,
violence.
Violence arose.
Now,
And
some of them may be
took the
peaceful
opportunity
protesters,
to attack
but
us when no eyes were looking at them.
what's this?
Vous êtes
That's
capable de vous tenir de manière civilisée, non?
Are you capable of behaving in a civilized manner?
Ben, c'est ce que je fais.
You look very
Où est-ce que je cherche la marde?
Toutes les fois que tu viens.
OK, qu'est-ce que je fais? Pouvez-vous me le dire?
Tu fais la
OK, ben dites-moi c'est quoi la provocation que je fais?
Okay, tell me what.
juste ta présence, on te connaît assez.
OK, ma simple présence
Okay,
crée
my mere presence
une
creates
provocation pour vous.
provocation for you.
T'es assez connu.
Mais vous savez que c'est pas normal qu'une présence provoque de la violence et de Antifa who are still on the park. But look at this. They are coming, and I think they will try to make them
Yeah, they're
leave the
coming full
area.
force now, look. But will they actually shut it down?
While I was documenting the party, trying to get my attention. C'est pas à Mercader, ça?
Who's this guy here? Dr. Amir Kadir, activist and former politician in Quebec. Best thing is to de-escalate, leave him alone. We are not with the police, sir, so how come he's here?
Il est avec moi pour ma sécurité,
He's
monsieur?
with me for security. Oh, okay, I thought he was a police officer.
Non? Non, c'est
No,
eux,
those
les
are
agents.
the officers.
Au courant qu'il y a eu des violences,
You're
par
aware
exemple,
that there have been violence that took place, that there has been violence that took place.
Il s'est passé des violences, on s'est fait
There was
attaquer. nous.
violence, we were attacked.
Et violemment attaqué.
Violence, we were attacked, violently attacked. Yeah, we can understand a little bit. There's a lot of violence. The best way is to disperse, as the family said. But that concerns the police. Do you condemn the presence of Antifa? I condemn the words that encourage violence. including the media, who unfortunately misreported all
OK,
this.
mais j'ai pas rapporté
Okay,
absolument
but I
rien.
didn't report anything at all. They feel targeted. He just told you. Me too. At least I was targeted. All the politicians did it.
Vous êtes
Are you America? Neither the politicians nor the media are up to the task.
Est-ce que vous condamnez la
Do
présence
you condemn the
d'Antifa
presence of
ici aujourd'hui qui
Antifa
ont été
here who were
violents?
violent? I don't condemn anyone when I haven't seen. If you were attacked, I condemn that. I hope it won't happen again. Yes, if Antifa attacked you, it's correct, but also there's a critique to make towards the journalists. The way all these events were reported throughout politicians. He was a journalist. It's my first coverage. No, I understand.
Non, il m'associe à Rebel News.
Yeah, so they don't want Rebel News there. They don't want
You can see behind
anybody
me, it's the
documenting this.
anti-Israel
At least she has security with
protesters
her
who
now. At
are
least she got security
usually
forces.
there for creating any
At least they got
kind
security forces with them now. But they ran him out pretty quick. He tried to explain he had a YouTube channel and was just there to give everyone a voice, including them. But they kept accusing him of being a Fed, which is hilarious. They're agitators, leading them out of the park. Why cover the face? What are they hiding? Definitely Antifa. Yeah, certainly looks like Antifa here, guys. Certainly looks like it. So let's go back now. Let me go back now. And I want to check the newsroom and see what's happening here. Let's see what this guy's saying here today.
What happens when that 137 billion runs out?
Speaker Johnson holds a press conference and updates on the government shutdown.
What happens? You can't go to the bank and there won't be a run on the bank because they've got no money to give out because it's already been given out.
The sworn by Antifa video. Yeah, look, we'll go back. Check this out, guys. Check this video out, guys.
We are here just.
And shout out to JD Delay for this. Let's check out this video here right quick, guys. Watch Antifa.
Aggressive and toxic. We're going to be walking down to the ICE detention center. They seem to be all ready in gas masks and riot gear.
I don't give a fuck about you. Damn.
I treat you with respect, correct? Busloads full of SWAT cops.
So, yeah, that doesn't look good. Oh, what did that say?
Sign an executive order designating Antifa a Sikh.
Oh, that one there. Donald J. Trump. I am pleased to inform our many USA patriots that I am designating Antifa a sick, dangerous, radical left disaster as a major terrorist organization. I will also be strongly recommending that those funding Antifa be thoroughly investigated in accordance with the highest legal standards and practices. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Donald J. Trump.
Dangerous radical left disaster.
The order states the Antifa is a militarist, anarchist enterprise.
He then opted to send in the National Guard to help defend the federal ICE detainment center that had been under attack.
I'm just going to skip through a little bit there, guys.
From the Antifa ICE raid protest here in Portland, Oregon. We're going to be walking down to the...
Choreographed them down. You guys both came at the same time.
What is even going on?
With who?
You're coordinating with them.
No, I'm not.
You guys are the Proud Boys I've ever seen.
That's a weird allegation. We have no
What did he say?
association with the Proud Boys.
Okay.
I like your getup, though. Would you like to tell us what you're doing out here?
Okay.
Here, use a platform. Here's a microphone.
Okay.
Well, that was a friendly welcome. He seems agitated. It might be hormonal.
Might be hormonal, he says.
Not anymore, but
I signed up. I didn't sign up to fight civilians.
Yeah.
Or, you know, we're there to protect. And what he's doing right now, trying to take over the state government and try to turn it into federal government, it's bullshit.
So do you think that there's a constitutional basis for him sending? Because I understand that in Virginia it's federally run, but in the states, do you think
it's
there's
ran by the governor, not by the president?
Yeah,
like,
so
it's against the Constitution for 100%.
So you feel this is unconstitutional?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Awesome. And so you're just here to see what's going on and sort of observe?
I didn't even know what's going on today. I just drove by and I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna pull over.
Right on, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
What was your name, brother?
Calvin.
Calvin, it's great to meet you. Thank you for your
Okay,
service.
Ducks.
Hey, Starla, how are you?
Can you pull those videos? Yeah, this video area.
Do you mind if I ask you one more question on record?
Don't forget to double tap that screen, guys. Double tap that screen. Subscribe to the channel. It helps us out more than you think. And it'll help us continue bringing you guys breaking live news coverage every Monday through Friday. And getting both sides of the story, guys. Unbiased. Unbiased.
It's getting better. And they're saying it's like a hellhole.
Look at this.
It's not a hellhole. Like, look at Portland right now. I was here all day visiting.
Portland.
I don't even live in Portland.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. There's not violence happening everywhere. And why does the federal government have to step in?
Well, I have seen, these are apartments here, and it's been like 100 days or so since the No Kings protest. And it's been every night. I know that
100 days of protests? Is that what he said?
Assaulted, and that it's been late. And
100 days of protests,
sort of
guys.
Stuff with bullhorns and stuff.
In a major city, there's never gonna be zero crime. In Oregon, there's no self-defense, dog. Just let you know. I just wanted to know who you were. Your security. Hey, hold on 1 second, dog. Can you tell your security to identify who you are?
They're not under any obligation to identify who I am. I can speak for myself, brother. Can we
listen to that now?
Turn down the temperature here?
You know who you were looking for. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it.
Let's be civil. We're just here to have a conversation.
You guys, if you're gonna go out there, and you're gonna try to be an independent journalist or just spread the word like he's trying to do here. He's just trying to document all this. Make sure you have somebody with you, guys. Let somebody know where you're at, because you never know what could happen.
An incident there got a little bit crazy. Somebody was a little bit heated. Not sure exactly what the whole deal was. He felt like we owed him answers, and that's not really how it works in this country. So
I know exactly where the fuck I am.
Very educated.
Oh.
Man, stay safe tonight.
Hey, absolutely, man. Thank you so much. Huge love to you, bro. Hell yeah. So we now have an entourage of people that are hanging out with us.
Oh, here, look.
Why are they agitated with you being here?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. We just came, tried to have civil conversation and discourse with them, and they started getting wild, and it started building and building, and got crazier and crazier. So, fuck the Proud Boys! Fuck the Proud Boys! Fuck the Proud Boys! Fuck who?
The Proud Boys? What is he saying? What's the Proud Boys? Someone fill me in on that.
No, not fuck Charlie.
They wish death upon Charlie Kirk.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that.
Me neither.
So it looks as if they're trying to surround us now.
They're just trying to flash their lights
That's
and make enough
interesting.
noise that you can't hear what's going on. You can't think, you know what I mean?
There's like a lot of them.
I always find it interesting because they could, it's a great
See?
opportunity for them to explain why they're out here instead they do this.
Yeah. Were they like this with you, or is it just me?
It's been a little chaotic today.
Okay.
Not to this level.
This is crazy, guys. This is crazy.
Wow.
Look at them. They're just leaving that siren go on the megaphone, like. Yeah, this seems peaceful. Yep. Peaceful protest, right?
Now that you've talked to us, they might not like you anymore.
The damn megaphone. If it's all so peaceful, why are they covering their faces? Yeah, Nick Shirley goes alone to all these protests, I know. And Nick Shirley, he should really, hopefully his channel is blowing up. His channel is blowing up, guys, so hopefully Nick can get himself some security to go along with him. Maybe one of his friends can go along with him. Maybe from support from the YouTube community, right? Subscribe, like, subscribe, all that. Maybe we can get him some... He's going to need some security, guys, because he's getting pretty deep into all this, and... I mean, he's been attacked already multiple times. I've seen multiple videos where he's been attacked. So... You know, hats off to him. Hats off to him for reporting this. Same with JD Delay here.
Good to meet you. What are you doing out here? Are you protesting? Do you feel that it's unconstitutional that the federal government is intervening out here?
No, because they're trying to stop the federal government from enforcing the federal immigration laws.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, didn't Trump say that federal support will come if the local law enforcement doesn't handle it? Like if the local police station doesn't handle it, that's why the local police got involved? So that way the feds don't come in? I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
But JD on YouTube.
JD Delay.
JD Delay, guys.
I'm Grumpy Nuppy.
It's good to meet you. How are you today, sir?
I literally came down just for you.
Hey, can I hug you? What's up, man?
At least he's getting some love in the crowd, right? You know? Spread the love, not the hate, guys.
And you know, I walked in the middle of the fire.
Spread the love, not the hate, guys. I always say that, honest.
I just want to see what's best for our country, for the people.
Where's the gay ducky find a big bird? Oh, my.
People on either side of our government.
Oh, my God. It's getting wild out there, guys. It's getting wild out there. Stay safe, everyone. That's all I can say. If you're gonna go out into these protests, make sure you let somebody know where you're going. Don't go alone is what I would always say. Have somebody with you. That's what I would do. Have somebody with me. There's so many people here.
I actually have a guy with me who provides medical services as well. But they seem agitated that I brought people with me, so...
I would have people with me too. I wouldn't be there alone. Not happening.
I don't trust the government, and I just want to have civil conversation. Wow. It's good to meet you, brother. How you doing?
You got an Instagram?
I do. I'm JD Delay on Instagram.
Okay, you got a business card or something on you?
I don't have a card on me, brother.
Okay. I did 10 years. I know how it goes. You clicked up on the white people, the Nazis. Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
I'm not going to shut the fuck up. Do something.
Freedom of speech. See, the protesting, they want freedom of speech, but yet they won't let him talk, right? So...
Can you turn it up louder? I can't hear you.
Like, how is that civil?
Hey, I think we're probably going to take off here in a minute.
Okay.
Are you going to be okay down here, or do you want to get out with us?
I'll be all right.
All right, bro. Hey, good to see you, Nick.
Good to see you, too.
Yeah, Nick is there by himself alone.
Well, I think we'll head out. Yeah. All right. Hey, brother, we're going to head out.
Clap that. Let's go this way.
That's wild, guys. That's wild right there. There, you're seeing it. Yeah, Nick Shirley was there alone, which is crazy to think, right? You know what I mean? Now let's check out here right quick. Oh, what's going on live?
You would be able to do that up front, but as they become known,
preliminary hearing.
That, you would inform
Charlie
them
Kirk shooter
of
drops
this.
huge bombshell in court.
Anything else, counsel?
Nothing from the state. Nothing else, Judge.
Thank you.
Just listen in here for a second, see what's going on.
Thank you, Your Honor. We recognize that we are here today for a waiver hearing. It is not our intent to waive a preliminary hearing in this matter. We are going to be seeking that one be set. However, based largely on what the state just referred to as far as the voluminous nature of the discovery materials, we do think it would be prudent to simply reset for another conference, another waiver hearing, a little bit down the road where we have a better idea.
And welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. If you're just tuning in here, we're just checking in on the Charlie Kirk case here. Apparently shooter drops huge bombshell in court hearing. So we're just kind of listening in to see what's happening here.
We can kind of get our heads around exactly what we're dealing with and how much we need to process. It's going to be difficult for us to give you a reasonable expectation of when we will be ready to do the prelims. So we're asking today that we put that decision off, and maybe we could check in 30 to 60 days and just kind of let the court know where we're at and how much we're looking at and how much time we may need to set a preliminary hearing. Also, as far as a detention hearing, we are not asking the court to address that issue.
Aren't they seeking the death penalty for him?
Under the statute, the issue is going to come down to the question of whether there's substantial evidence, which right now we're just not in a position at all to be able to even argue to the court. So we are.
You guys, if you want me to continue bringing you guys live breaking news to the shorts feed, to the vertical live feed, then please, if you haven't already, double tap that screen and subscribe to the channel, guys. It helps out more than you know. Unbiased news reporting here on the Random Thoughts Indoor Studio. Independent journalism. And I'm just trying to bring you guys all the news as it happens. Complete unbiased, see both sides of the situation type thing. And I'm really, really honestly just trying to bring you guys coverage to a lot of people that normally don't watch the news or see the news. I got a lot of viewers on here that basically just watch outdoor content and stuff like that, or just scroll through the shorts feed, just scrolling through, and they happen to see me talking about the news and stuff. And then, you know what I mean? I bring awareness to what's happening around the world too, guys. So yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, double tap that screen, like the live stream. And okay, guys, let's get back into it.
Each element of every offense charged against him is proved beyond a reasonable doubt. At the same time, and as applicable, victims are entitled under our Constitution to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, free from harassment or abuse. Justice demands that both of these principles, the rights of the accused and the rights of victims, be honored without compromise. I remain steadfast in my oath that I made 56 days ago to support and defend the constitutions of the United States and of Utah. I will carry out my duties with fidelity, transparency, and impartiality, treating every person who appears before me with the dignity and respect they are inherently due because they are human beings. Let me be clear.
So we're going to come back to this, guys. We'll come back to this. As there's updates, we'll come back to that. As there's updates. We are going to... Conservative leader, Pierre Poilievre. He's not there yet, though. Are we live? Let's go to the live view. Okay, so they're just on a little break for a minute, and then they're going to talk about government shutdown, the federal layoffs, and the New York building collapse, and more. So we're going to cover that here. We're going to listen in. I'm going to listen in now. So yeah, they're just on a quick little commercial break they're on there, but don't worry, guys. We're going to get back to the live breaking news. We're going to get back to live breaking news here in just a moment. "17 seconds, guys, and they're going to be back here. And we'll cover a little bit of this. We'll cover a little bit of this. We'll cover a little bit of that. I want to give you guys all angles. You know what I mean? That's my whole goal here with this channel, is to give you guys all angles of the stories, both sides of the stories, and unbiased. You know what I mean? All right, let's listen in.
Before we get to our next live event, I did want to share this live look with you. This just coming into our live now from Fox Studios. And as we had been mentioning, coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, this is an event that we will be taking live in its entirety. This is where House Republican leadership are going to be talking about the second day of the federal government shutdown.
Okay.
So you can see that they are just starting to put up the podium and the microphones right here. House Speaker Mike Johnson, along with other leaders, will be sharing their thoughts and their reaction to the ongoing government shutdown. And you can see that we do have a ticker there on this banner. 1 day, 9 hours, 30 minutes, and coming up on 45 seconds. That is how long the government has currently been shut down, impacting
But this has happened
a lot
before.
of different
Government has shut down before, so
non-exempt employees who are now currently furloughed.
Wasn't the last time the government shut down USA was 2018, I do believe, wasn't it?
Many projects are
I could be wrong.
stalled.
Correct me in
So
the
we did wanna
comments if
share
I am
that with
wrong,
you.
guys.
In the meantime, though, right before the break, we did have our viewers, we invited you to vote on the next live event that you would like to see before the House GOP leadership takes to the podium to talk about the government shutdown. And I wanted to share the results with you. So we appreciate everyone who has been voting. This is the results right here. 68% of you want to watch the United Nations discuss the issue of narcotic drugs, the public health response.
Oh, that's a big issue. And not only is that a big issue in the US of A, but that's a big issue here in Canada as well. The drugs, it's an epidemic, guys. It's an epidemic. If you go and look at all the big cities, even the small cities, even where I'm from a small town, and there's a big drug problem here in this small town, okay? Drug wars and everything going on, guys. It's crazy. It's just crazy. That's all you can really say. It's crazy. So, yeah, let's hear what they have to say.
We're going to head over to the UN. This is happening in Geneva, talking about narcotic drugs.
Here.
And we are going to also be monitoring any other live events and breaking news that we will be sharing with you. But for now, let's head to Geneva live, where the UN is
Yeah, let's see what they have to say, guys.
Drugs.
The survey in 2021, which is very interesting. It looked at the online purchases of drugs.
Oh, the online purchases of drugs. Yeah, the dark net, the dark web.
Were from social media.
You guys.
The dark net was.
Now, I don't know if any of you guys have noticed or not, but I have my like every app on my phone and everything I have set to do not track, do not track, do not track. So I don't get personalized ads or anything like that, right? Even on Facebook, I find there's ads for drugs, like online drugs ads on Facebook. Now, it's most likely a lot of them are scams, right? A lot of them are just scams. You send them money and they never send you anything, right? But some of them may be real. And I know there are real ones on the dark web, on the dark net. And that's how a lot of this stuff is going on now. People don't have to leave their home and go see the guy on the corner. You all know about Silk Road and you all know about that stuff, right? So it's still happening to this day. There's still lots of markets operating on the dark web.
Years old. This is what I circled in red for cannabis products, both resin and herb, but also for cocaine and for ecstasy. And this is really of
cocaine, ecstasy, the molly, all them crazy drugs, guys. You get it online.
And in my last slide, I wanted to talk a bit about the darknet. So
for the last 20 years, yeah. It started with, well, I mean, it didn't.
Is related to cannabis.
It didn't start with the Silk Road because there was other markets before the Silk Road, but the Silk Road, I think, was the one that gained the most traction. And it had so many millions of dollars of transactions over them few years that it was active. Did you guys know that President Trump pardoned Ross Ulbricht? So Ross Ulbricht he's not in jail anymore. And now I think too, he was operating, he made the site, he made the Silk Road site and everything. He was operating the Silk Road site and everything. And they gave him, I think it was like a life sentence plus 40 years plus the 10 years for this 50. Like he essentially had, like, I think it was 150-year sentence or something crazy like that, Ross Ulbricht, right? So they let him out anyway. He's out. Now they don't need the dark web. Our liberal government has made it legal and created their own pharmaceutical illegal diddly drugs. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of people that are hooked on prescriptions, you know what I mean? That's still kind of the same thing, right? There was a lot of, there's been a lot of corruption in the pharmaceutical industry, so to say. There's been lots of pharmacists and doctors that have all been charged and stuff with false prescriptions and supplying the drugs to the dark net with fake prescriptions and stuff like that. That's how it's been going on. It's still going on to this day, guys. Still going on to this day. So there's that.
Across the globe in recent years. On a more promising note, we've seen development in national early warning systems adapting to these new challenges of a rapidly changing and complex drug market.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you could say about that is, at least with a script, you know what you're getting. As to where you buy something off the street, it could be laced. It could be not. It might not be what you think it is, right? And that's how you have these overdoses. People think, oh, I'm just getting, I'm getting this little pill or whatever, and I always take them all the time. I'll be fine. But here it's laced with the fent. Boom, OD. It happens all the time, guys. Look at Vancouver, crazy. Look in Ontario, crazy. Even down here where I'm from in Nova Scotia, crazy. It's an epidemic. It's a drug epidemic, and it's really bad, guys. So, they're covering that right there. Let's go back for a second here, just to see now if we have any other updates on anything. Conservative leader, Pierre. Yeah, see. France nationwide in turmoil, live strikes. Yeah, look. Look at this in France, y'all. Thanks for the show. I have to load my tinker, and if you're out, I'll tune in on the finish. But I enjoyed it. This is a learning experience for everyone, including yourself. Good job. Yeah, and it is a learning experience. Like I say, I like to learn a little bit of the politics from you guys as well. And you guys are a great community online, so I thank you guys for educating me. I'm trying to help educate everyone on what's going on around the world as well. Give you guys a complete, unbiased opinion on everything, you guys. Independent journalism right here on the Random Thoughts Indoors studio. Now let's go back. I got a couple other things I want to check out. and then we'll probably go on a little break for a little while, you guys. Let me just see. Conservative leader. Yeah, this is so some Canadian news here. Let's see what the Conservative leader has to say here.
Seem like the plot of the latest Hollywood blockbuster or a Netflix
Scrap
series
Liberal
has sadly
bail.
become the reality here in Canada after 10 years of liberal soft on crime catch and release laws.
The catch and release program is what they've been doing in Canada, yep.
To sexually assault our children, commit violent offenses, and murder innocent.
Yeah, at least you know what you're getting. That's all it is with the pharmaceuticals, guys, right? Like,
liberal laws like C-75.
but you can't trust that either. There's also fake pharmaceuticals out there.
Terrorize our communities over.
So we are too soft on crime. Yeah.
They're costing us lives.
Well,
they're shattering families. And
I'll tell you this right now. I know of for a fact. Yeah, we won't mention any names or anything because we don't have to do that. But there's somebody, I'll say, that was involved or being charged in some way with murder and is on house arrest. So that's Canadian. Do you guys ever hear of somebody being on house arrest when they're involved in a murder investigation? Is that normal? I don't think so. That seems pretty soft on crime. You're being charged in some way with murder. You're involved with the murder in some way and you get off on house arrest? Yeah, see, I don't think that's normal, right? Usually any kind of murder case or anything, you'd be held without bail, right? Not let alone be bailed out and then put on house arrest. Crazy, guys, crazy.
That's why last week I tabled the Jail Not Bail Act, a bill that would put repeat violent offenders behind bars where they belong. This bill would repeal the disastrous principle.
Yeah, a normal person wouldn't see the light of day. No, if you know what I'm talking about, you know.
Judges to release.
I don't know if anybody's covered that story on YouTube.
On bail, on the least restrictive conditions at the earliest opportunity.
I guess all I could do was search.
We will start a new major offenses category that would make it bail tougher for those that are charged with crimes like extortion, home invasions, arson, attacking a law enforcement officer, and others. We will make sure judges are given the clarity they need to enforce and practice the law by making sure that it's mandatory to look at the criminal's history. And we'll also make changes to the release conditions so criminals that have long rap sheets cannot vouch for other criminals as sureties. So to share more about our conservative vision, I'd like to call up to the podium the leader of His Majesty's Loyal Opposition and the next Prime Minister of our country, Pierre Poilievre. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Arpan, et merci aux députés conservateurs qui travaillent chaque jour pour rendre notre pays sécuritaire. Notre but, c'est encore d'avoir un pays où les gens ont des grands chèques de paie avec un grand pouvoir d'achat, qui peuvent dépenser dans des communautés sécuritaires avec des logements abordables, unis sur un fier drapeau. Quand nous étions jeunes, on était capables de jouer dans les rues, que ce soit le hockey ou d'aller au parc. Nos parents n'avaient pas besoin de s'en inquiéter. On était capable de s'endormir sans peur de perdre sa voiture ou d'avoir un criminel entrer dans la maison pour nuire à la famille. Mais maintenant, après 10 ans des libéraux et des lois libérales, cette sens de sécurité qui existait au Canada, qu'on prenait pour acquis, n'est plus là. Il y a 6 ans que les libéraux ont adopté le principe de modération dans la loi C-75. Ce principe oblige les juges à libérer les criminels, et je cite, dès que possible, dans les conditions les moins contraignantes. Ça, c'est la cause.
So yeah, you guys, this is what I was just talking about. I want to just spread some light on this right quick. So just give me 1 sec here. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about.
30 fois avant, depuis 2004. Il avait enfreint ses conditions de remise en liberté 16 fois. La majorité de ces crimes étaient liés à la violence conjugale. Ma question pour les libéraux, vous pensez que c'est correct que quelqu'un qui a déjà eu 30 crimes qui a enfreint ces conditions de libération sous caution. Soit libéré.
See, I want to show you guys this right quick. Look.
Reste avec les libéraux. Oui, avec les libéraux qui
right
ont
quick,
permis
just give me one sec here, guys.
C'est une loi libérale qui a permis sa libération. Et c'est après des années et des années que les policiers, des victimes et des conservateurs ont réclamé un renversement des lois libérales.
Now check this out.
C'est pas comme les libéraux n'ont pas été avertis du danger.
Now check this out, guys. This is crazy. This is crazy. So now I gotta restart it. Listen to this.
Where tempers flared at a bail hearing for one of the men charged in connection with a violent murder. Cape Breton now, where tempers flared at a bail hearing for one of the men charged in connection with a violent murder earlier this year. CTV's Ryan McDonald was in court in Sydney. Ryan, what happened?
Well, it was an emotionally charged day here at the courthouse in Sydney as a man charged with first-degree murder in a high-profile case here in the community was granted bail today. A large crowd gathered today at the courthouse in Sydney as 49-year-old Chris Neville appeared before the court seeking bail on a charge of first-degree murder in connection with the February shooting death of 44-year-old Jeff Pearson. Pearson was found dead in this home on Shore Road in Whitney Pier in the early hours of February 22nd. A short time later, 3 men from out of province were arrested and charged with first-degree murder. On July 31st, Neville was arrested in Halifax on the same charge. Today, in front of a packed courtroom that included a number of the victims' family members and friends, Neville was granted bail after $630,000 was put up by himself and 3 sureties. It's a bail amount the Crown called one of the largest ever seen in Nova Scotia, though they added that it comes with a long list of conditions.
It's strict house arrest. He is to stay in his house 20.
Now, what do you guys think about that now? Is that right? Did you hear that? Let's just repeat this again.
One of the men charged in connection with a violent murder earlier this year. CTV's Ryan McDonald was in court in Sydney. Ryan, what happened?
Well, it was an emotionally charged day here at the courthouse in Sydney as a man charged with first-degree murder in a high-profile case here in the community was granted bail today. A large crowd gathered today at the courthouse in Sydney as 49-year-old Chris Neville appeared before the court seeking bail on a charge of first-degree murder in connection with the February shooting death of 44-year-old Jeff Pearson. Pearson was found dead in this home on Shore.
So allegedly, what happened here, and I'm going to say allegedly because we're not 100% sure yet, somebody hired hitmen or whatever you want to call them. Somebody hired some people to come down out of province from, I think it was from Alberta, to come down to Cape Breton here to execute this hit.
Shore Road in Whitney Pier in the early hours of February 22nd. A short time later, 3 men from out of province were arrested and charged with first-degree murder. On July 31st, Neville was arrested in Halifax on the same charge. Today, in front of a packed courtroom that included a number of the victims' family members and friends, Neville was granted bail after $630,000 was put up by himself and 3 sureties.
630 G's.
Called one of the largest ever seen in Nova Scotia, though they added that it comes with a long list of conditions.
It's strict house arrest. He is to stay in his house 24/7. There are security cameras around the house to entries and exits that are accessible to the police. He has a GPS monitor that monitors every few seconds as to his exact location. That information is accessible to the police. His communications on social media are prohibited.
Heavenly, welcome in.
The conditions also include a ban from airports, heliports, and ferry
Those guys made bad criminals.
To turn in his passport. An angry crowd voiced.
Yeah, they pretty well got them right away. Thank God for that.
One person was kicked out of the courtroom shortly after the bail was granted. And the accused is due back here at the courthouse in Sydney for a preliminary hearing beginning on October the 28th. Back to you.
All right, Ryan in Sydney. Thank you.
So there we have it, guys. So there we have it. All right, now let's go back to Pierre Polivier.
Pour 40 crimes. Agir. Enlevez-vous du général. de libération sous caution.
Oh, come on, I don't speak French.
Une action rapide pour mettre fin à la violence dans nos rues. Donc, on n'a même pas besoin de l'appui des libéraux. On a juste besoin
Andy, welcome in.
du chemin pour permettre des Canadiens d'adopter la loi. En plus, nous proposons d'éliminer la loi libérale C5 qui donne
I don't care. They should be in jail 100%. Number one rule is get away with it. Not in a cushy bed, watching TV in their own house. Throw them keys away. Yeah, that's right. And yeah, and they're free, and buddy. So even if he, like, look at Ross Ulbricht. Apparently, he murder for hire or whatever. He was never charged with it or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, if this is the case, then I don't think he should be out on house arrest. I don't know. What do I know, though? Here at the Random Thoughts Indoor Studio, you guys. Don't forget, double tap that screen. Subscribe to the channel so I can keep bringing you guys live breaking news coverage every morning. Thank you, guys. I'm waiting for the English to come here, guys. I'm sorry. Speaking of French, I don't speak French.
Et des maisons abordables où leurs enfants sont sécuritaires, ils sont capables de jouer dans nos rues et les Canadiens peuvent s'endormir sans crainte.
Not French-speaking Canadian secular. Yeah. I don't speak French, guys. I don't speak French, English.
For being here today. We as conservatives are back at work.
He's dangerous, bottom line. And he is dangerous, bottom line. If he did that to somebody and
a self-reliant nation, a country where people
he felt like it was the right thing to do and it didn't bother him at all, then yeah, he's a danger to society and he probably will offend again, right? This is all linked to, apparently now, allegedly, we'll say, allegedly, this is all linked to the drug wars here. So I don't know. I'm just bringing you guys unbiased opinion and some independent journalism on what's going on around the world, guys.
The glass will not be broken.
Oh, we got some English.
Invaded their home and threatened their lives. But after 6 years of liberal crime laws, that is the exact opposite of the experience we are living with today. Violent crime is raging out of control. We saw the most recent tragic example of that just in the last few days in St. Jerome in Quebec, where a man who had 30 prior convictions and had violated his bail provisions 16 times is now standing accused.
This guy is good for Canada, conservative.
His girlfriend.
I don't know.
A man who should have been behind bars, and if he had been,
I don't know. There's man. This is why, like,
he wasn't, because under liberal law,
a lot of people don't want to vote because there's really not a good choice, right?
Are required to release the accused at the quote earliest opportunity under the quote least restrictive conditions. We see the case of Shakir Badi, an Ajax man arrested in connection with a violent home invasion and the kidnapping of a 54-year-old man that left a 55-year-old man seriously injured. Mr. Badi was released on bail despite having been charged with attempted murder, conspiracy of committing murder, robbery with a firearm, disguised with an intent, possession of a restricted firearm, knowingly not holding a license, possession of prohibited devices, and possession of property obtained of crime over a $5,000 limit.
Okay.
At the time of his arrest, Masih Mohammed was himself out on bail for unrelated offenses. This was one of just
lesser of evils always seems to be my metric. Trust it was the same in the U.S. Who is the lesser of evils? Yeah.
3 hours later, he brutally murdered Bailey McCourt, his ex-wife, in a parking lot just 4 kilometers away from the courthouse.
Oh my.
If he had been kept behind bars where he belonged,
and see, there you go. They let somebody out that was a violent offender risk to offend again, and he did.
Be released. She's not with us anymore. Because of liberal bail,
killed his wife.
Is up 330%. Because of liberal bail, sexual assaults are up 76%.
Listen to this, guys.
Bail, violent crime is up 55%. And because of liberal bail, homicides are up 29%. Because of liberal bail,
like, that's huge, you guys. Homicides are up 29%.
So Mark Carney, knowing that Canadians were terrified and frustrated by the crime wave his party had caused, pulled a bait and switch in the last election. He promised Liberals would flip-flop on bail, that if reelected, after 10 years, they would have learned their lesson. And he said, we will act decisively to strengthen the criminal code. Decisively. Here we are, 6 months later, and where is this decisive action to reverse Liberal bail?
Oh yeah, the Jordan Peterson interview made me understand why I have better Gen X mentality.
And organized crime.
Transgender madness is evil.
To the victims of crime. Tell that to the family of Bailey McCourt, who lost her life to someone out on Liberal bail. Then he appointed the single worst Trudeau minister, Sean Fraser, the guy who destroyed our immigration system, the guy who destroyed our housing
bail
market.
is evil.
And now his reward is he gets to
this
be
is just madness.
The justice minister responsible for
the
crime
laws. It's not
it
just
no
U.S., right, where the violent crimes and stuff
and then, of course,
are rising. It's here too in Canada. It's just, it's not covered very much on news networks. It's not covered very much on platforms like YouTube here. So this is, again, why I want to get out here and give you guys the live morning news broadcasts, right? So,
you know,
like and subscribe, guys. Like I say, it helps us out. It helps keeps us on this platform. It helps keeps the free speech going here, guys.
Get out of the way, Mark Carney.
Keeps everybody informed too. Like I said,
stopping Canadians from having
I got a lot of people that don't normally watch news on here.
And the media has wrongly said that what we need is bail reform. We have bail reform. It's called C-75. We have bail reform.
Bail reform, C-75.
Bail reform by Liberals that allows repeat offenders out of jail again and again and again. What we need
you're seeing it.
is scrap Liberal bail. Scrap Liberal bail to keep violent offenders behind bars. Scrap Liberal bail to lock up sex offenders. Scrap Liberal bail to bring safety and
I agree with that. Lock up sex offenders, yeah.
And that is why
lock up violent offenders that are at high risk to reoffend, yep.
The Jail Not Bail Act to end the Liberal crime wave, undoing all the broken Liberal laws and getting the criminals behind bars. This policy has been endorsed by the Toronto Police Association, various community advocates, Debbie Henderson, the spokesman for the Bailey family, for Bailey McCourt's family. Today, Conservatives will introduce a motion in the House of Commons that would push the rapid adoption of RPAN Canada's Jail Not Bail
Suppression of
Act.
other markets other
Again,
than
we
U.S.
don't need the Liberals to do anything.
Keeps the
We just need
sheeps
them
in
to get out of
line.
the way. If they will
Fortunately.
abstain on this vote and agree to let this bill pass, we can scrap Liberal bail. They've had 6 months since the last election. Mark Carney promised he would reverse Liberal bail laws, and here we are a half a year later, and those laws are still in place, and they haven't even introduced a bill. What is taking so long? Seriously. While people are dying on our streets, where our citizens are being massacred, while women are being killed by abusive ex-husbands, Mark Carney has spent 6 months spinning in circles, leaving Liberal laws in place. And he is personally responsible for the violence on our streets because it is him that is standing in the way of us fixing the problem. So we ask Liberals to get out of the way and let us scrap Liberal bail. Let us also scrap the house arrest law, CC5. We have a bill from
I don't know.
Our member from Quebec City, to get prisoner
maybe it's because
in jail, not
maybe he didn't win, Andy. Maybe he didn't win because not enough of the younger generation got out to vote.
Themselves in their own homes.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
The protection
I figured he was going to win. That's what I
another
thought.
Conservative bill that Liberals are blocking, which would lock up the extortionists that are terrorizing Surrey, Brampton, and Northeast Calgary, and the 3 strikes you're outlaw that would guarantee that anyone convicted of 3 violent offenses will have a mandatory 10 years in prison with no parole, probation, bail, or house arrest. These are real common sense
There we go.
that that Conservatives are proposing and Liberals are blocking. Again, our message
See now,
is,
if
ask
this
only
would
one thing of
be
Mark Carney.
implemented,
Please get out of the way.
the
You're ready
guy
to
from the
protect
other
Canadians
case we were
and
just
restore
talking about here in
safe
Cape Breton would
streets
never have got
for our
house arrest,
country.
right?
Let's again make this a country where everybody feels safe, where when your head hits the pillow at night, you know that you'll wake up safely with your car in your driveway, that your kids will be safe at
Idiot
school, in the
Republicans
parks,
need to get
and
out of
outside, where
the way so that
women no longer
people
have to
can
fear
have freedom
violent
again, Dr. Mapp
ex-husbands
says.
and other
Unc
abusers,
Andy, he
where all
seems
Canadians
much
feel
more
safe,
measured
in
and
this wonderful
based with his
country under our
position.
proud
Yeah.
flag. Thank you very much.
All right, you guys. Now, before we end here today, I just want to go double check the Charlie Kirk case going on there. Just want to make sure there's nothing else breaking that we might want to talk about. Oh, what's this? A meteor.
And so it might fragment. We might get the calculations wrong. So probably
Research
the safest
paper
bet is to just
investigates
let it hit the
using
moon.
nuclear
And,
weapons against the asteroid.
we hold a competition to name the
Ugh.
new crater.
Yeah, so the worst thing that could happen is
So they want to send a nuke
crater,
up at
right?
the,
I mean, could there
at
be
the asteroid?
ramifications on Earth if the moon is struck?
Wow, that seems crazy.
Almost certainly not. Maybe a tiny piece of moon will get ejected and then fall to the Earth as a meteor, maybe as an outside chance. Other than that, you look at the moon, there are a lot of craters on the moon. This would just add to the pile.
All right, Dr. Paul Sutter, thanks so much. Fascinating stuff. That
Yeah, I
does it
don't
for
know
this
if
hour
they
of Morning
should
News
blow
Now.
up.
The news continues right now.
I don't know if they should blow up the asteroid with a nuke. That might set like a ripple effect into the, universe, right? Into the galaxy. Boom! I can't see that being good. I don't know if that's any good. But,
No end in sight. The shutdown standoff in Washington rolling into its second day, with top lawmakers still in a stalemate after 2 more failed attempts to turn the government's lights back on. We'll bring you the very latest on where negotiations stand and the real-world impact that a potentially lengthy shutdown could have on federal workers.
trying to scare people
Also this morning,
into giving
more
up their
tarmac
rights
turbulence.
to
A pair of
increase
Delta regional
freedom.
jets
These people are
colliding while
nuts.
taxiing at New York's LaGuardia Airport overnight. More on the federal investigation now underway, with the issue of safety on America's runways again taking center stage. Plus, trouble on the uneasy seas, a massive norovirus outbreak plaguing nearly 100 cruise ship passengers who
What
are
is
now
that?
docked in Miami. We'll bring you the stories from
Oh,
folks
and
on
we
board.
had a ton of cruise
and
ships
the CDC
in
warns
here in
potential
Cape Breton.
travelers' sickness while sailing is back on the rise.
Oh, no, there's
And
going to
this
be a
morning,
bad
we're
flu
remembering
going
a
around
titan
now, the
of global
norovirus.
conservation movement, whose tireless
good.
work to better understand the
Oh,
lives
she
of wild
passed, Jane
chimpanzees
Goodall.
went unrivaled for decades.
She passed
Dr.
away,
Jane
rest in
Goodall,
peace.
gone at 91. We begin this
91
hour with
years
the Senate
old,
at
wow.
a standstill on day 2 of the government shutdown. Yesterday, 2 procedural votes on Republican bills that would reopen the government failed to make it out of the chamber. And despite being closed for a little more than a day
Nukes
now,
in
there are no
space?
signs
Bad
of any
idea. Yeah,
progress
yeah.
being made to end
Yep.
the stalemate between lawmakers.
Or into our
This, as
universe.
the White
Yeah,
House says,
that'll just send a
mass
ripple
layoffs
effect
of
into
federal
everything. It
workers
won't
are,
be
quote,
good, guys.
imminent. NBC News Chief Capitol Hill
U.S.
correspondent
Capitol
Ryan
Visitor Center
Nobles
is
has the
closed.
latest from Washington.
Temporary shutdown of federal government.
Hey, Christine, good morning. Congress is not even in session
Done it at a
today, so that
standstill
means
as
the
White House
earliest
says mass
a possible
layoffs are
vote
imminent.
on government funding will happen will be tomorrow afternoon, guaranteeing the
Tomorrow
shutdown
afternoon.
will extend into a 3rd day, with both sides unwilling to compromise.
I said at the beginning of this
a
that
federal
there
government
probably
shutdown.
be
And
like a
instead
week,
of searching for common
probably
ground,
5 days to a week,
Republicans
and they'll have this all
Democrats are
figured
digging
out.
in.
That's what I
Democrats
think anyway.
in Congress have dragged our country into another reckless shutdown to satisfy their far-left base.
Donald Trump and Republicans shut the federal government down.
With jobs hanging in the balance, the administration has warned that many federal workers could be laid off rather than just being put on leave.
We believe that layoffs are imminent.
Now, Trump's budget
I thought she
chief,
passed
Russell
a while
Vought, telling
ago.
House Republicans yesterday those firings could
Yeah,
start
nuke
in
in
the next
space,
1
I
to
can
2
see
days,
ending very bad,
according
yeah.
to 2 GOP sources.
Because I mean, like,
the
honestly,
White House
they don't
also
know how
targeting
that
funding for Democrat-run states.
They don't know how that nuke would react, right? Like, because where there's no gravity and no oxygen and stuff, I don't know. Now, if they set a nuke off in space, that could send stuff flying through the galaxy, through the universe, and I don't know, probably not a good idea. And I hope Trump isn't in charge of that one, because we're going to be seeing a nuke in space if so.
Without concessions Democrats want. They
Watch
need
them say,
5
oh, it'll be a way
Democrats
to test
join
the
them.
nukes.
3 already have, including Nevada's
I
Catherine
could see if it was
Cortez
coming
Masto.
directly at
Do you
Earth.
think you're
If it was coming directly at Earth, maybe. You know what I mean? And it was like, oh, imminent strike to Earth is coming, so well, we got to nuke this or else, you know, life on Earth there, as we know, is going to be over, basically, right? I can see in that situation, yes. but I think it was just supposed to pass through our solar system. I don't think it's not supposed to make contact with anything.
Refers to a small group of benefit recipients whose status is considered lawfully present.
Now, like I said, we'll do a bit of an update here, and then we're going to go on a bit of a break.
From receiving aid.
We're running up on almost 3 hours live here, guys. We're at 2 hours and 44 minutes right now. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Trying to bring you guys breaking news as it happens.
And if it is an entertainment,
don't forget to double tap and subscribe to the channel for more, guys.
Public attacks, the Trump administration using taxpayer-funded government websites and social media accounts to go after Democrats, accusing them of being the ones responsible for shutting down the government.
Okay.
Christine?
All right, Ryan Nobles. Thanks, Ryan. With much of the federal government now shuttered, hundreds of thousands of people who keep the country moving and safe are expected to work without pay. That includes TSA workers. NBC News senior correspondent
that
Tom
sucks
Costello
for the workers. You know what I mean? You're just trying to do a job, feed your family, make a living for yourself, and now
good day. So the chances are you will not yet see a big impact at the airport near you.
Man.
TSA officers are working. However, if they go without one paycheck, if they miss a paycheck or a second paycheck, if history is any indication, you might see them starting to call out sick, and that would mean the lines at your local airport.
I've worked for free before. I'm not going to
From
say
the military
who or where
to
or why,
federal law
but it
enforcement,
happens.
the Coast Guard, food inspectors, and the nation's airports, government workers are once again paying the price for Washington dysfunction.
I mean, they might not be paid right away, but they'll get back paid.
Paycheck. That's why I'm working multiple part-time jobs.
797 SoCal, radar contact, maintain 2000, 2 pounds run off.
13,000 air traffic
Airport
controllers
staff
are now
working without pay.
Even more stress after years of mandatory overtime.
Now, they'll be
with the FAA
retroactive,
trying to hire
I'm
more
sure.
controllers and overhaul antiquated technology.
But it still
During
sucks
the
as of right
2019
now. Like, imagine that. It's like, oh, I got my pay coming in on Friday or whatever, say, and now I don't got a pay coming in Friday, so now I'm going to be behind on bills. I'm going to end up in debt. I'm going to owe interest on stuff. So even though, yeah, they'll be retroactive, they will get their pay, it still affects them. You know what I mean?
I think we're going to have a lot of controllers who are not going to be able to make it to work during the shutdown.
No, you won't be able to afford to drive to work. You don't have no money for gas.
Working without a paycheck this morning.
You don't have money for insurance.
Average pay $45,000 to $50,000. For many, flashback to 5 years ago when they couldn't afford their rent,
$50,000 a year isn't
food,
even
or the
a great
bus fare to
income
get to work.
anymore with the price of
union
everything.
warns it could be bad again.
These are real people's lives. This is real things that are happening to folks.
Meanwhile, the nation's
And it's not
parks
just,
and many museums are closed.
Say the government
Tourists
workers,
locked
their
out.
families depend on that paycheck, right?
Museums today.
Food pantries are
It's
preparing
all
for
fear
families who
tactics.
depend
UK
on
just got
suspended food
terrorist attacked
programs.
1 hour
We
ago.
know we've got to be
What?
ready because we know our kids need to eat.
The UK had a
Medical
terrorist attack
research
1
at the
hour ago.
NIH shut down.
Because if we don't have scientists working on research today, we lose tomorrow's cures.
In a city very good at finger pointing, it's gotten personal.
There's plenty of blame to go around.
Back here in D.C., a federal city, marriage licenses are not being issued right now, but the courts are in fact running. One very important warning from cybersecurity experts saying, be careful, be skeptical. This is a time when you might get fraudsters and criminals trying to prey on people, taking advantage of the shutdown. Be suspicious of any emails or phone calls in which they're trying to get personal information or money from you, citing the shutdown. They say it likely is a scam. Back to you.
All right, Tom. Thanks, Tom. The Trump administration continues to ramp up its use of federal troops in Democratic-run cities. Dozens of federal law enforcement officers are now helping patrol the streets of Memphis. The defense secretary and attorney general are also on the ground to tout the mission to fight crime in that city. This comes as troops are also heading to Portland, Oregon. NBC News senior White House correspondent Gabe Gutierrez joins now with the latest on this. Gabe, good morning.
Christine, good morning. The Trump administration says the federal officers deployed to Memphis have already made dozens of arrests. But with the defense secretary also visiting the city, critics are questioning the military's role in local policing.
Yeah,
This morning,
2 did in
new federal
Manchester
forces are on
synagogue
the streets
attack.
of Memphis as the Trump administration ramps up its focus on crime
2 killed
in
in attack
Democratic
near
right
Manchester
cities.
synagogue. Suspect shot by UK police. Yeah, we covered that. We covered that already. I just had to double check. I had to double check.
Attorney General Pam Bondi and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth visiting some 200 federal law enforcement officers that have arrived in Memphis. The president had already sent thousands of National Guard troops to Los Angeles and Washington, D.C.
Whether it's the southwest border, whether it was Los Angeles, whether it's Washington, D.C., our department is
Counter-terror, please give update after 2 die in Manchester synagogue
Memphis
attack.
had the highest violent crime rate in the nation last year, according to data compiled by the FBI. The local leaders insist that crime is down this year.
It's not something that major police operation going underway with the security services as well. We've had that helicopter used by Special Air Service overhead too. So there is a lot of work going on in the background that we don't know about. We did hear those bangs. There were 3 bangs between, I would say, 12:45 and 1:45, but they were well apart, and there was speculation that they were some sort of controlled explosions. We've had a statement from the police since then to say that those bangs were to get inside the assailant's vehicle, because remember, he carried out this attack using a car, so they will be wanting to know where that car came from, what else is in it, if anything, and to make sure that it's safe. They also want to make sure that he is safe. We know that they shot him, but they haven't been able to get really near to him, and we haven't had an update on that since the shooting at 9:30 this morning.
The average price for a house here in Nova Scotia, yeah, you're looking about, for a small home, 180 grand, $180,000, 200 grand. That's about the average price here now. So, there are ways to get cheaper properties through tax sales and stuff like that, but your average price, if you go on to like a realtor site or something, is going to be, $150,000 to $200,000. A mobile home now, a trailer is like 150 grand. Small home, 150 to 200 grand, right? So yeah, it's I guess it's not crazy compared to, like, if you look at Ontario and you go into like the heart of Ontario, the big city there, now the same house that would be 200 or 250 or 300 grand here, yeah, would be well over $1 million there, right? So yeah. Okay, guys, I think we're going to come up to the end of the live here. I have to take a break. I have to use the bathroom. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, Ontario, you're looking at $1 million. Easy. $1 million easy in Ontario. Easy. But like I said, guys, I am going to take a break here. We've been live now. Let's go 9 more minutes, guys. Let's go 8 more minutes. And then that brings us to 3 hours live. That brings us to 3 hours live with you guys, bringing you guys breaking news as it happens. Yeah, let's just listen in here right quick.
Till it could be established that it was safe. So an alert went out very quickly to all the other synagogues around the country that this was ongoing at the moment. And they do have to be sure, was this man working alone or was he working with others? And that's what's going on behind the scenes at the moment. That might be connected to those other arrests nearby this afternoon. It might not be. We don't know for sure. But there's certainly intense activity going on.
And a hugely frightening experience.
Yeah, we're gonna go another like 7 minutes here, just to round off the live to 3 hours. That was 3 hours live, bringing you guys live breaking news, guys. So thank you guys.
Lots of the Orthodox Jewish community here, understandably, are observing their religious beliefs and are not talking to people at the moment because that's part of this time. I talked to a couple of them off camera, and they were saying that they've been expecting this. They've been worried about this for some time, that something would happen at a Jewish centre, a synagogue, a school, somewhere in the UK because of the rising tensions that have been going on for the last couple of years, and they've been fearful that something like this would happen. Whether they expected this to happen on their doorstep, well, that's another matter. They, of course, are deeply upset and shocked. They've lost 2 members of their community, 3 more members of their community are seriously injured. This is a terribly shocking incident for them in what is clearly a very obviously Orthodox Jewish area at the moment. And whenever you drive through here, you can tell it's that. And this was a very soft target as a result. So they are not surprised by what's happened, but they are very shocked by it.
Yeah, a soft target, although the synagogue did have some security, and as you said, the armed police were here very, very quickly within just a few minutes of the emergency call being made. So actually, 2 dead and 3 seriously wounded is, you know, it could have actually been worse in terms of the casualty figures.
Yeah, it could have been, and the fact that the reaction was so quick, 9:31 that first 999 call, 9:37 a major incident declared, and 9:38's first shots fired. That's really quick, isn't it? You know, within a short period of time. Yeah, I mean, I think I knew, you know, as a journalist, that you know that all Jewish community centres, schools, synagogues, they have a security presence nowadays, and they have had done for years. And did that work this morning? It would appear that it did. You know, that somebody drove a car in at the crowd. People were, of course, injured because, you know, that was something with a car being driven at a number of people. Somebody was stabbed. There's some suggestion that there was one of the security guards was stabbed, but there is a clear security presence
all of our news and everything like that is going to be Random Thoughts indoors. So everything that I do, news broadcasts, podcasts, and everything like that will be Random Thoughts indoors. Basically just a different, I don't know, a different side of the channel. You could have your outdoor content and your news content. I mean, the news, everything happens outside, so I guess it's outdoors. But I'm in the studio right now, so it's indoors, right? I don't mind me, guys. I go on sometimes. I go on, you know what I mean? Random Thoughts Indoor Studio, guys. The Random Thoughts Indoor Studio.
Shortly this afternoon. The fact that meeting, Cobra meetings happen to sort of coordinate the government's response to a significant incident. They happen...
Prime Minister back in UK after Manchester synagogue attack.
As you say, the Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood, the Mayor of Manchester Andy Burnham, and senior police officers will attend that. And I think that gives you a sense of how seriously the government is taking this, the level of response.
Ah, yes, brother. Yes, brother. You got to medicate, you know what I'm saying?
That additional police officers have been deployed to synagogues across the country. And there has been reaction from across the political spectrum and really reaction with horror to what happened at the synagogue in Manchester this morning in particular.
Yeah, it's awful. See what and this is, it comes back to, like I said yesterday on the stream, how every day when I get up and I check my feeds, there's all kinds of craziness going on. It's just, oh, you guys, it sucks. It really, really, really sucks that the world has to be like this. Then this is the way things have to go, guys. Violence, 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 violence. Why? We don't like violence. We don't want it. We don't need it. Can't we just live our lives in peace and enjoy the nature and the beauty of our world? That's all I want to do. And the only reason I'm on here giving you guys this information and educating both of us, myself included, is because everything is so crazy and I feel everybody has the right to know what's going on in the world, right? Everybody has the right to know what's going on. So,
different areas of government,
yeah.
Response, as you say, to hear from senior police officers who will be there, security services, ministers, local police.
I want to try to get the news to you guys through the shorts feed on the vertical live feed. Get out to people that normally wouldn't watch the news or don't care about the news. I mean, everybody should know at least a little bit what's going on, right?
We may well hear from the Prime Minister later on to give an update following that Cobra meeting.
Hope your girlfriend doesn't find out. Medicine, bro, medicine.
Marshal response, and as Danny was reflecting earlier, this is something that many
extra police deployed in synagogues across the country. Prime Minister to chair emergency meeting on synagogue attack.
Prevalence of anti-Semitic incidents and attacks, and had been expecting and fearing this. Many synagogues have some form of security. There is a government.
You imagine security at a synagogue. I'm going to call it a church. That's basically what they are, right? A place of worship.
Seen as a soft target, and there was growing fear.
That is not a place where violence should be, guys. That's not a place where violence should be taken. Like, I mean, violence should. We shouldn't have violence like this anyway, right? We shouldn't have any kind of violence like this.
This morning, an appalling attack took place in Grumpsall in Manchester. 2 people have died.
R.I.P. Anybody involved, guys. Prayers and thoughts go out to anybody involved in any way.
We're unable to confirm at this stage. 3 other members of the public are in a serious condition.
Oh, there's 3 injured too.
Further arrests.
Terrible, 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 terrible.
Counter-terrorism policing has declared this as a terrorist incident. Our specialist teams are now leading the investigation into what happened at Heaton Park Hebrew Congregation Synagogue and working closely with Greater Manchester Police. As we do this, those who've been killed and injured are at the forefront of our minds, as are their families, friends, and all of those who love them.
Oh, my heart goes out to these people.
Today, on Yom Kippur, is devastating.
The sin, eh?
Communities across the UK would normally be marking this holy day are now grieving and worried about their safety.
Awful.
And I want to be clear, UK policing is mobilising, and it's mobilising fast. Police forces are stepping up patrols across the country, at synagogues and Jewish sites, and more widely to provide reassurance to all those communities who have been affected by this incident.
Wow.
At Counter-Terrorism Police, we're deploying all of our capabilities in response to what has happened.
Yeah, look here, guys, look here.
Resources from across our network involved. We will ensure every piece of intelligence and line of inquiry is interrogated.
So it seems to me like we're at a point in life. If you guys are going to go out anywhere, let somebody know where you're going. We're at that point of the world where it's unsafe to just go out and go about your daily business without anybody knowing what's going on. Let somebody know where you're going. Let somebody know you're okay, where you're at. And most importantly, stay safe, you guys out there. Stay safe out there, okay? Keep your head on a swivel. Watch your 6. Let somebody know where you're going. Tell your loved ones. Enjoy the little things in life, guys. Enjoy life. Life is too short. Life is way too short. You got to enjoy life. Don't do anything you don't want to do. Don't do anything negative. Surround yourself by positive people and positivity. Put positivity out into the universe. The law of attraction, guys. Put positivity out there. Positivity will come back. Okay, guys? I'm going to take a break, but I will be back in a little bit. I'm going to go take a little break here. Thank you guys for tuning into the live stream, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and have a great day, guys. Peace.